Washington.
This was an attempted assassination of the President of the United States.
U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro. That's one of the federal charges Allen faces, and there are two others so far.
On count of transporting a firearm across state lines and discharging a firearm during a crime of violence. According to law enforcement, Allen carried with him a 12-gauge action shotgun that he bought last year and a semi-automatic pistol that he purchased in 2023. The Department of Justice releasing these images of the suspect's weapons, and investigators say that we're learning more about how this was planned and carried out. It was on April 6th that he booked the hotel, which he would later use, which was, again, the hotel that hosted the gala.
Fox's Alex Hogan. Later this morning, Britain's King Charles returns to the White House, where he and the Queen had afternoon tea with President Trump and First Lady Melania. The president's been very critical of Britain's prime minister for not helping enough in the Iran conflict.
President Trump spoke a few days ago about this upcoming visit. He was asked whether or not it would repair some of the divisions, and he said, yes, I think it may well, because King Charles is someone I know very well and who is a fantastic man.
Fox's Benjamin Hall. The U.S. military has stopped another Iran oil tanker trying to get around a blockade on Iran's ports as the standoff continues in the Strait of Hormuz, affecting all kinds of shipping.
French President Emmanuel Macron says he hopes to convince Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz in the coming days. Iran's offered to reopen the economically crucial strait in exchange for the United States ending its blockade of Iranian ports, an offer that seems unlikely to succeed as it doesn't cover Iran's nuclear program.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. Oil prices up more than 3% this morning. Gas has spiked up 6 cents overnight. AAA's national average for regular hit $4.17 per gallon. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The mess those storms left behind. 61 degrees, clear radar in downtown Indianapolis. That wasn't the case several hours ago. It is right now. We're going up to 67. Good Tuesday morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. While you were asleep, tornado sirens went off across the area as wind gusts reach up to 80 miles an hour in some spots. National Weather Service forecaster Matt Eckhoff says damage is so extensive this morning in some areas that crews have to be sent out to make sure a tornado didn't touch down.
The areas that we're focused on are down in Morgan and Johnson County and also in Rush County. There's a few spots. We're waiting to hear from Monroe and Bartholomew County, and some of these places have some suspected damage.
Eckhoff says there is a chance for severe storms tonight, albeit a small chance, but after today, the pattern will shift the other way with cooler temperatures moving in and a chance for frost this weekend. Police and firefighters recovered a body from a pond on the northwest side of Indianapolis last night. Fire crews were called out to Barnwood Trace near Georgetown Road right before 7:30. Firefighters searched the water, found the body, and brought it out. Police are now looking into what happened. Cocaine possession and resisting law enforcement are the charges against Democratic Senate District 31 candidate Andrew Deslin. Fisher's Police Sergeant Angela Ellison says someone in the neighborhood reported suspicious behavior over the weekend, and then officers responded and saw Deslin trying to get into his car.
When we had asked him to get out of the car, he instead put it in reverse, like he was going to leave.
And she says he eventually stopped, and cops found the coke in his car. Yesterday in court, prosecutors say Deslin has open drug cases in Wisconsin. On Monday, Indiana's governor faced questions about whether he'll extend the gas sales tax. Here's Jake McDaniel.
After touring a training center in Greenwood on Monday, Governor Mike Braun plans to keep an eye on the gas tax holiday, but he is leaning toward extending it. He says Indiana needs to stay focused on affordability issues that are crippling Hoosiers, and with the conflict in Iran, he doesn't expect gas prices to drop anytime soon. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the average price for gas is $3.99 this morning. And cars are back on the track at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for Indy 500 Open tests today and tomorrow. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together next on a Tuesday morning at 6:04.
Jeff Thompson grew up on his family farm. Long days, hard work, and the kind of responsibility you don't learn from a book. He baled hay to put himself through Purdue and continued for years helping run the family's livestock and crop operation. When he wasn't in the field, Jeff was in the classroom, teaching chemistry, physics, and math, and raising 6 kids alongside his wife, Michelle. faith, family, hard work, and lifelong learning. That's Jeff's foundation. In the State House, Jeff Thompson brings those same values to work every day. A conservative who believes in balanced budgets, protecting taxpayers, and empowering parents. This year, Jeff passed a bill to save homeowners over $1.3 billion in property taxes over the next 3 years. From the farm, to the classroom, to the State House, Jeff Thompson never forgets where he came from or who he's fighting for. Conservative, proven. Vote Jeff Thompson for state representative.
Paid for by Citizens for Jeff Thompson.
All right, watch out on inbound Fall Creek Parkway and outbound for that matter. We have flooding reported from 34th to Monon Trail, and if it's there, could be anywhere. Again, that's flooding on Fall Creek, right around Evergreen. Westbound 70 in from the east side. That's a stall after Arlington Avenue, blocking the center lane, slowing us down past the Arlington Avenue ramps. Also looking downtown, it's eastbound 70 approaching the south split, a stall, and westbound 70 in Hendricks County, a construction delay starting after State Road 267 and lasting for a couple of miles. The right lane is blocked. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield joins Impact Fitness Foundation to bring whole health to Brookside School 54. Healthy food, fitness, and wellness, more at anthem.com/indie/community. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. We're going to calm things down after a very busy night last night. There is still a lot of standing water from all that rain we picked up last night, some debris on the road, so be aware of that when you're heading out this morning. But we're mostly cloudy for much of the day. It will be noticeably cooler, but we're quiet. Today's high, 67. Cloudy skies tonight. A few showers and a rumble of thunder possible overnight tonight through early tomorrow morning, a low down to 53. Wednesday, a few morning showers, then mostly cloudy, cool, a high of 60. Thursday, partly cloudy, a high of 62. Friday, mostly cloudy, and maybe a few light showers. It's going to be a cool day. Friday's high, only 59.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a rough night last night.
Crazy. Now, I slept like a baby.
Of course.
Right? Just snuggled in, and it was raining. I happen to love that sound, and next thing you know, I was in a joyful slumber. There were glorious dreams, and in the dreams, I was amazing. And then I woke up this morning, the tail was bushy, and I was ready to go.
Yeah. So you're well rested.
Oh, no, I could sleep another 24 hours. Easy.
Understood. So I live down south, and we were in one of the tornado warnings. So my phone went off about 11 o'clock, and the winds were wild. Now, there was no confirmation. All these were radar indicated, so Weather Service will be out. But there was probably about 5 or 6 tornado warnings and then several severe thunderstorm warnings. I think winds got up to about 70 miles per hour. So it was pretty wild last night.
Yeah, but I think it's more we're into May. Like May is right here. We're soon going to hear from Justin Timberlake himself, depending, of course, on what he had to drink last night. And no, too soon. If Jimmy Kimmel could talk about widows, I could talk about Timberlake. Everybody could just screw off.
That's right.
The question is, why are we in the 50s? Like, what is happening here?
Well, I mean, that is a little bit obviously below average. But I mean, listen, it's the ebb and flow of the spring season. It's the rite of passage in Indiana. We've been so warm. I mean, we almost broke some records several times the last couple of weeks. So it's all about equaling out. And so I think that's kind of where we end up. The trade-off is, while it's going to be cool, we have 0 severe weather chances over the next week plus. So that will be nice because we're obviously got the mini coming up this weekend. And so while it'll be cool, it still should be fine for everybody heading downtown.
That is Marcus Bailey right there of Wish TV. Marcus, thank you, man. Appreciate it. 61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:09.
We are investigating this matter fully. We will apply the law fairly, and we will ensure that accountability is swift and certain. But we also should recognize what did not happen. Law enforcement did not fail. They did exactly what they are trained to do. This was not an accident. It was the result, as we know now, of preparation. But the men and women who protected us that night were trained, professional, and had an enduring commitment to the rule of law.
I still think that this aggressively outward defense of the Secret Service comes across as a bit awkward. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Guys, good morning. Good to be with you. Be sure to find everything over there at TonyKatz.com and the podcast, wherever it is you get your podcast. Just look for Tony Katz and subscribe. It seems like they're trying aggressively to say Secret Service did its job, Secret Service did fine, Secret Service did great. I don't think that's where Americans are at with this attack on the president, the vice president, the first lady, the cabinet, where you now have this shooting suspect facing charges of not only the firearm charges that we knew would be coming, as Jeanine Pirro, U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, explained on Saturday night, but also charges of attempted assassination.
This was an attempted assassination of the President of the United States, with the defendant making clear what his intent was. And that intent was to bring down as many of the high-ranking cabinet officials as he could.
And this from his own words, his own manifesto. There is going to be no insanity defense here. I mean, they may try. They're going to try anything to protect their client, right? That's what a lawyer does. But it's not going to hold. This was what it was. And it wasn't just an assassination attempt on the people I mentioned. It was an assassination attempt on everyone there, on every journalist there. But I just don't quite understand why there's this continual push. The Secret Service did great. The Secret Service did great. It's hard to do great when you're not funded. Maybe they didn't have all their people there. Maybe their tactics and techniques do need to be looked at. Maybe security writ large. But while we're looking at that, you also have the other people who are saying, well, see, the problem is that this guy was able to get a gun. If we just got rid of guns, no. If we just got rid of hateful ideology that has people out there on television and on podcasts and in culture saying Trump's a threat and Trump has to go and people cheering the idea of him being killed, if we got rid of that mindset, you wouldn't have people out there trying to shoot the president. At least not 3 times in 3 years. But as we all know, this is just the start. This is not going to end anytime soon. And we all know it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You don't have to live with the pain. Just talk to the people at the Good Feet store and see how easy it is for you to get started down the road of being pain-free. The problem is your foot. And the Good Feet store understands this. You have the lack of support for your foot, the lack of support for your arches, that means that you're out of alignment. So when you have that pain in your knees and your hips and your lower back, that's all starting with your foot. You're just not properly set. You're not properly balanced and don't have the proper support. You do that with the Good Feet store and you actually start working out those arches, working out those muscles. It's a 3-step system, and I admit you got to actually work the steps, the strengthener, the maintainers, the relaxers. But if you stick with it, you can find yourself without pain. You can find yourself walking great. And yeah, when you first put them on, when you first slip them into your shoes, your own shoes, by the way, feels super weird. And then it feels awesome. Talk to the people at the Good Feet store. 2 Indy area locations. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. Clearwater at the Crossing and in Greenwood just off of 65. Online at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com.
This is Gary Dick, a major new cancer center at 632. Join IBJ May 19th for a discussion on the college calculus at our Education Power Breakfast featuring Mitch Daniels, RSVP at ibj.com/events.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear is in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Good morning, Tony. We do have flooding today, and Fall Creek Parkway is flooded in both directions, I am told, right around Evergreen. This is between 34th and the Monon Trail, so watch out for that if you're an inbound commuter here this morning. Looking at southbound 6570, that's a crash at Michigan Street, and the exit ramp on the collector, the one that takes you to Michigan Street, that's partially blocked right now, backed up through the north split. Westbound 70 at Arlington Avenue is stalled blocking the center lane. And eastbound 70 is stalled coming into the south split. Looking at Hendricks County, westbound 70 stopped after State Road 267 for a couple of miles because of road construction. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
You love spring in Indy, but you hate to paint, so do what Judy did. She called Rhino Shield.
The house that Rhino Shield did for my husband and I, after having the house painted with kind of usual house paint, I was seeing cracks appearing about every 3 years and just wasn't very satisfied with that.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating specifically formulated for our unique climate.
I can't speak highly enough about the Rhino Shield crew. They also were great at working with me to get the exact right color because I was very particular.
Indy, you too can have the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield right now for 15% off the regular price.
I would not hesitate to call Rhino Shield, and I am just thrilled to recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Tracy Powell's faced 4 state warrants for unpaid income taxes. That's right, 4 tax warrants. And Powell got away with it. Got elected county commissioner, in fact. We all know about politicians who get away with insider deals. And Tracy Powell's their poster child. Condemned for bucking the law on a shady infrastructure project. A $9 million insider deal. And Powell hid it from public view. For you and me, tax cheating, law breaking, and backroom deals means fines or jail time. But to the DC insiders in the swamp, it's a sure sign of one thing. There's a guy we can buy, and his name is Tracy Powell. You've seen their millions on TV, lies from Indy, ads made in Washington, smearing one of us, conservative Jim Buck. That's Tracy's campaign, paid for by insiders spreading lies. So don't let the swamp fool you again. Jim Buck for state senate, paid for by Citizens for Buck.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
This hour powered by Miss M's Home and Garden, Johnson County's Spring Nursery headquarters.
So is President Trump taking seriously the offer from Iran? I would put forth to you the answer is no. That the United States doesn't see Iran's offer of opening the strait as one of value or significance, considering that Iran believes they're still in the position of being in power. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. The Strait being open and oil flowing would be better for everybody. Absolutely everybody. It would be a lot better to see these prices coming down even further. It would be a lot better to see that oil can flow from other nations and Iran can do nothing about it. I would like to see a more aggressive approach regarding this subject. The White House, the Pentagon, obviously see it differently. And there is the capability of waiting out the Iranians and breaking them in this regard without any greater level of threat. If we argue, well, Tony, they've put mines in the Strait of Hormuz, and that's the problem, I have no idea if they have or they haven't. And we don't see the mass details of proof that they have to any level of seriousness. Yes, there could absolutely be something out there. Do we have anything that shows us, well, they've dropped 400 mines? No. Is it possible they have and they're not showing us? Yes. Do I think they have? No. What we have is an opportunity to allow time to be on our side. There are people who are simply too anxious and people who don't understand how things are done, where the time part is proof to them of losing. Part of this is the fault of the president himself, because he cannot bring himself to just be someone who says it's going to take as long as it takes. And here's what we're going to do, and here's how we're going to be victorious. He can't stop himself from saying, well, it'll be done in a very short time. No, it's going to go very quickly. It's just how he talks. It's how he says things. And it's agreed, drives us crazy. So we're now into over 6 weeks of this. That's still a very short amount of time. I'm unconcerned about it. I'm unconcerned about it. I'm unconcerned by it. So the issue here is waiting out the Iranians. Do you have to create a deal to open up the strait? I accept the fact that answer is no. You can wait out the Iranians because the Iranians have time against them. And that time is about oil because they are still pumping it out of the ground, but they have no storage. The oil has to go somewhere, and we have engaged a blockade of the Iranian ports. Oil cannot leave. They have run out of room. When this started, the number was believed to be 13 days of storage capacity for the Iranians before they have to shut down the oil wells. They are now so desperate for a place to put this oil they're pumping out of the ground, they're now looking at old tankers. So what the Iranians are saying is that not only are we not stopping, we're not shutting these things down, and we're not going to come to the table, we're not going to give up our nuclear program, we're going to act like we're still tough, we're still strong, we still have a defensible position. And a little bit of this is delay. Can they actually keep this going and keep this delaying until after the midterms? And maybe Democrats have power in the House and the Senate, and you have a weaker Trump, and therefore you win that way. You can wait them out. That is an argument. I think it's Victoria Coates making that argument, and Coates is rather bright. It's an interesting idea. Let me give you another one. How about Iran just says, whoa. We've got no place to put this oil, but we're not going to stop pumping. We'll just dump it directly into the Gulf. We'll just pour it in. We don't care what happens. You think we care what happens? You're the ecology freaks. We're the Iranian regime. We throw gay people off of roofs. You think we actually care what happens to fish? Ha 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 ha. And that is the way they would laugh. I assume that's the way. So they are still chock full of really awful moves, which is going to bring us back to where I think we need to be, which is ending them, and that is militarily. But the position that the administration is taking is not the most insane position. You can wait them out because their issue is sheer economics. They can dump oil right there into the Gulf. But they also now can't pay the IRGC. They can't pay the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, these absolutely vicious lowlifes. And those guys may not stick around. If that's the case, that's the opportunity for the Iranian people to then rise up and take their country, which is, of course, exactly what they need to be doing. And as for who's in charge, this was Secretary Rubio just yesterday.
Do you believe that Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, is alive?
Well, we have indications that he is. Obviously, they claim that he is. We don't have evidence that he's not. But I think the unresolved questions here are, does he have the same credibility as his father did? You know, we know that for many, many years, at least I know that for many years, there's been internal debates in Iran about succession and whether it should be, hereditary based. Should it be this? That there are a lot that are resistant to that. Does he have the clerical credentials to actually act as supreme leader? Is he actually making the decisions, or is there somebody standing in his stead who's basically controlling 90% of it and is the one actually making decisions on his behalf? We don't know the answers to these questions.
We don't even know who we're negotiating with. Last I heard, the people we're negotiating with were under house arrest. Who knows what's happening? That's the latest. But watch for what happens with the oil. And don't be surprised if ecological disaster comes next. Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, Tony, we have flooding on Fall Creek Parkway, so watch that inbound commute and please make good decisions. The flooding's from the Monon Trail down to East 34th Street. Also a traffic hazard coming into the south split from eastbound 70. It's on the exit to southbound 65. Southbound 65 70 crash on the collector ramp. That's the local ramp to Fletcher Avenue, Ohio Street and Michigan Street. We are backed up through the north split and to Rural Street. Westbound at 70 jams in Hendricks County after State Road 267 for a few miles. That is a construction zone. Traffic sponsored by Fox One. Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. Get breaking news, in-depth analysis, and perspectives from the voices you trust, all in one place. Stream Fox News on Fox One. See Fox One for complete terms and conditions. Download today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel show, biggest stories in Indy and the latest on the assassination attempt on Trump. 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
AI tech billionaires are bringing their data centers to Indiana. Isn't that nice? Huge monstrosities on our farmland and in our neighborhoods. And Michelle Davis, she doesn't care what you think about it. She let them build their data centers with no community input, no chance to have a voice. No chance to say no. She voted to silence us. She sold us out. They get their data centers, we get stuck with the bill. And Michelle, now the DC swamp is spending millions to fund her campaign, smearing conservative Greg Walker. But he's fighting back, doing what's right, giving us a voice. He'll force data centers to pay their own way, end their taxpayer subsidies, and keep Indiana farmland and neighborhoods the way they should be. On May 5th, vote Republican Greg Walker for state senate.
Paid for by taxpayers for Greg Walker. Beat the spring cleaning rush with Zero Res. Hi, this is Denny Smith, and if your house still smells like winter, yeah, it's time. Spring means fresh air, but not if your carpets and ducts are holding on to months of who knows what. This month, get Zero Resified from Indy's #1 carpet cleaner. Last chance. Buy one room of carpet, get one clean for free, unlimited rooms, plus $599 for a whole system air duct cleaning. Call Zero Res, 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com for the WIBC special.
Party people, what's going on? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show. For my friends at We Grow Hair Indy, WeGrowHairIndy.com. Darren Andrews and his amazing team, they told me flat out, we can fix that big bald spot on the back of your dome. So if you're anything like me and you want to look better, contact We Grow Hair Indy, WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995.
Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swainco Crawlspace and Basement Repair. When it's your home, it's never just a repair. It's where your kids grow up, where holidays happen, where life happens. That's why Indiana families have trusted Swainco Crawlspace and Basement Repair, because we're a family-owned, real, local Indiana company. We're not a franchise. We're not a corporation. So the next time you have a crawlspace, basement, or foundation issue, call the real, local Indiana experts. Swainco, 317-407-1868 or SwaincoLLC.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He wanted to kill the president. 60 degrees, clear radar over downtown Indianapolis, light breeze. Nice start to your Tuesday morning, going up to 66. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. That's what federal prosecutors say Cole Allen was planning when he tried to get into the White House Correspondents' Dinner with a rifle, handgun, and knives. The charge of attempting to kill the President of the United States carries a life sentence.
Authorities say he traveled to L.A. to Chicago and then from there to Washington, D.C. by train to target the president and Trump administration officials based on a manifesto he wrote. Allen was a well-educated Caltech grad with a degree in mechanical engineering who worked as a local tutor. Now he could end up spending the rest of his life behind bars. Authorities executed search warrants both in D.C. and at Allen's home. Also, authorities say Allen will face additional charges as this investigation unfolds.
Fox's Christina Coleman. Allen is set for a detention hearing on Thursday in Washington, D.C. The U.S. Supreme Court has told Texas to move forward with its new congressional map. The justices overturned a lower court ruling from El Paso that said there was strong evidence Texas drew district lines based on race. Texas pushed through the unusual mid-decade redistricting after a request from President Trump aimed at helping Republicans pick up more seats in Congress. People driving are seeing higher prices at the pump this morning as the war in Iran continues.
And AAA says while prices haven't surged dramatically just yet, the trend is moving in one direction. And AAA says small changes can make a difference, like keeping extra weight out of your car, carpooling, simply not driving.
That's a report from Denver, Colorado. Fox 31 reporter Aaliyah Sims. Here in Indiana, the price of gas went up 25 cents overnight to $3.99 a gallon. And King Charles and Queen Camilla continue their trip in Washington, D.C. today. Members of the Senate and House will gather in the House chamber in the afternoon for a joint meeting to receive an address by King Charles. The President and First Lady will also be hosting a state dinner for the British royals. I'm Ryan Hedrick. On the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 2.5 minutes on a Tuesday morning. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Evansville-based Deaconess Health System has announced plans for a state-of-the-art comprehensive cancer center that it says will transform cancer care across the tri-state region. Sinelli Cancer Center is set to open in 2028 on the Deaconess Gateway campus. The more than $150 million cancer center will bring together a wide range of cancer and medical resources under one roof, says Deaconess CEO Sean McCoy.
What we're seeing is access to care is really the bigger issue. Transportation is an issue. Family support's an issue. And so having care closer to where folks live, care close to home is just so important nowadays.
Indianapolis-based drug giant Eli Lilly and Company is growing again, announcing an agreement to acquire cancer drug developer Ajax Therapeutics in a deal worth up to $2.3 billion. The acquisition is the latest in a series of moves that Lilly has made to increase its cancer treatment footprint. Privately held Ajax is headquartered in New York City and has operations in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Warsaw-based Lakeland Financial Corporation is reporting record first quarter net income of $26.5 million. That's up from just over $20 million during the same period last year. The parent of Lake City Bank says it saw growth in average loans and average deposits of 5% and 3%, respectively. CEO David Finley says the bank reported high single-digit revenue growth on a year-over-year basis as well. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Do you own an import-export business? If so, your company could save time and money with foreign trade zones. FTZs are designated sites across the United States where you can reduce, defer, and even eliminate import duties, helping you stay competitive in the global marketplace. And if you're in central Indiana, InZone will even cover the cost of a feasibility study to assess your potential savings, because smart companies get in the zone. Learn more at inzone.org.
An Indiana Wesleyan University administrator who has played a key role in expanding enrollment will now lead the school's online division. Andy Miller has been appointed Executive Vice President of IWU National and Global, which serves more than 12,000 students, primarily adult learners. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, Gary, we have a crash at southbound 6570 on the exit ramp 2 downtown to collector ramp 2 Michigan Street, Ohio Street, and Fletcher Avenue. We're backed up through the north split, then stopped to Rural Street. And we have flooding on an exit ramp downtown. It's from eastbound 72, southbound 65. The ramp is currently open. Hendricks County, westbound 70 is stopped after State Road 267 for several miles because of construction. West side, southbound 465 stopped. Sam Jones Expressway down to I-70. And on Fall Creek Parkway, flooding between the Monon Trail and East 34th Street, okay? That's going to be very high water right now, so watch out for that inbound commute and make good decisions. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors, a luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland, online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
What we've got right now is 61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:36. A check on sports, and Ryan Hedrick, what's happening?
Tony, good Tuesday morning. Cars back on the track at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway's Indy 500 Open Test Week gets going. Gates open at 9. Testing starts at 10. Fans can get in for free, and there's free parking as well. Teams are using the day to work on balance, fine-tune setups, and give drivers time on the track. The Indiana Fever play another preseason game Thursday against the Dallas Wings, the same team they'll open up the regular season against on May 9th. Head coach Stephanie White says first-round pick Raven Johnson is continuing to adjust well, and she looked good in practice Monday.
I loved how she kicked the ball ahead. I mean, her ability to play in transition and look for our kick-aheads was huge, and that's what we want. We want to be able to pass the ball ahead, and we want to be able to play out of that. So I thought she looked really good. She looked very comfortable.
And the Fever are 1-0 in the preseason. That game Thursday tips off at 7. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
She said she was fine, but I noticed she stopped using the front steps. And another time, she grabbed the wall instead of the railing. It's little clues like these that often show up before a fall ever happens. This is Tina McIntosh, founder of Joy's House and co-host of Caregiver Crossing. Falls are the leading cause of injury for older adults, but there are simple ways to lower that risk. Stay tuned.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
One of the easiest checks starts with shoes. If they're worn down or they're slippery, they need to be replaced. Another is lighting. Shadows in hallways and dim corners at night can be dangerous, but even a small night light can make a big difference. Rearranging furniture to clear walking paths and tightening loose railings, those are also quick things that help prevent falls. Paying attention to these details not only keeps someone safer, it helps them hold on to their independence longer. More caregiving tips and resources are available anytime at joyshouse.org, with new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana.
Meet Drexel Interior's new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit drexelin.com to upgrade your home today.
Turn your yard into a place you love with the help of Sundown Gardens. Find bedding plants, hanging baskets, combo planters, tropicals, container trees, and shrubs at Sundown Gardens in Westfield.
You up? You know, there's a belief that to run for office, you have to be completely insane or high. The story is Andrew Deslin of Fishers was arrested because he was canvassing, knocking on doors saying, vote for me, and he was high on cocaine. So, I guess that was right. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. If you have an issue with drugs, you should seek help, and seek help immediately. There are people out there who can help you do that. We shouldn't joke about serious things. But man, that is that can't be the first, but it is the first I've ever heard about this. He is right now in jail, preliminary charges of possession of cocaine, a level 6 felony, and resisting law enforcement because they had asked him to get out of the car and he put the car in reverse. Yeah, as we have learned from news reports, you don't do that. This is Senate District 31. He's listed on his website as a Greenfield native who served as policy director for the Indiana Senate Democratic Caucus for 11 years. Okay. Not sure what else one is supposed to say about these things. Guy's going to have to defend himself in court. He is going to clearly, one would assume, not win the race. And that's going to be that. You know, the story, I mean, the headline is State Senate candidate alleged to be high on cocaine while canvassing in Fishers. You can't read that without a bit of a chuckle. Be like, what in the world? If you think I'm going to be the guy who sits here and bags on the Democrats, I hate to break it to everybody, but, you know, there have been Republicans out there who are, was that plain enough there, Producer Carl? That there have been Republicans out there who are just, I
think you got the message across.
Right, so it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is all different than Hunter Biden, who left cocaine in the White House, who did own the laptop, and who did use his father's connection to sell his artwork. Very different stories. Hope this dude gets the help he needs. Let the race for that Senate district continue. Oh, and just on sheer policy, Fishers, don't vote for Democrats. Solid advice. I'm here to help. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Jeff Thompson grew up on his family farm. Long days, hard work, and the kind of responsibility you don't learn from a book. He baled hay to put himself through Purdue and continued for years helping run the family's livestock and crop operation. When he wasn't in the field, Jeff was in the classroom, teaching chemistry, physics, and math, and raising 6 kids alongside his wife, Michelle. Faith, family, hard work, and lifelong learning. That's Jeff's foundation. In the State House, Jeff Thompson brings those same values to work every day. A conservative who believes in balanced budgets, protecting taxpayers, and empowering parents. This year, Jeff passed a bill to save homeowners over $1.3 billion in property taxes over the next 3 years. From the farm, to the classroom, to the State House, Jeff Thompson never forgets where he came from or who he's fighting for. Conservative, proven. Vote Jeff Thompson for state representative.
Paid for by Citizens for Jeff Thompson.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, this is Don Steffi, Executive Director for the Indianapolis Ballet, and I want to personally thank everyone who made this past season such a wonderful success. Whether single ticket buyers, subscribers, donors, volunteers, or corporate and foundation supporters, a sincere thank you is extended to you all from our board, staff, and dancers. Let's have another dance together next year, shall we? As we present a new season of great performances by your Indianapolis Ballet. Thank you.
Gear up for Tales from the Track, presented by Relay Indiana. Join Hammer and Nigel May 18th at Graham Rahal Performance for an unforgettable night with Bobby and Graham Rahal. It's your inside pass to racing greatness. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel show, biggest stories in Indy and the latest on the assassination attempt on Trump. 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's happening?
Flooding out there, Tony, right now. Flooding on the ramp from eastbound 72, southbound 65. That's downtown in the south split. The ramp is currently open. We have flooding on Fall Creek Parkway right around the Monon Trail, just south of it. In fact, please be careful on your inbound commute. Southbound 6570, that's a crash on the collector ramp or the local ramp to Fletcher Avenue, Ohio Street, Michigan Street. And right now the ramp is open. It's on the left side. Traffic jammed through the north split back to Emerson Avenue. West side southbound 465 stop and go traffic from Sam Jones Expressway to Kentucky Avenue. Hendricks County westbound 70 jammed after State Road 267 for several miles because of construction. Crash on the west side, Girls School Road, north of Rockville Road or south of Crawfordsville Road, however you want to put it. I'm told it's serious. And then we have a crash. This is Country Club Road, south of Crawfordsville Road. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors' new cabinet line, Drexel Select Premium Cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
I need a pen, Matt.
Somebody take yours. Carl, take
no,
yours.
I need a pen that like writes well. I don't think I need a Mont Blanc, right? I know some guys who have those, collect those, and beautiful stuff. I don't know if I need that.
Oh, you want one of those with the feather coming out of the top?
Not a quill. I don't necessarily need a quill. The year is not
ink.
1784.
Oh, that'd be fun, man. You can kind of dip it, and you can be like, I'm Tony Katz. I'm John Hancock.
But I'm not John Hancock. I'm Tony Katz.
Hey, I'm just saying. You know, I'm just jumping off point. You know,
right? But I would look great with a quill in hand.
It would be fun, man.
Right? But I could use a pen. I need a good rollerball pen.
Well,
and it can click like that.
I'm using the Pilot G2, Tony.
That's a good pen.
That's a fantastic pen. I buy it.
That's
from
a good
Amazon.
pen. Maybe I'll get myself a Pilot G2.
Buy the 2-pack. You'll save some money.
And double the fun.
I tell you what.
Yeah, that's a solid pen. The Pilot G2 is a solid pen.
So much better than the G3. They didn't have to do that.
The G2 is better than the G3?
Oh, yeah. And the G4. The G7, the Mach 7.
You're just making things up now.
The Excelsior 7, 9.
You could buy a whole tub of G2s for $41.
My God.
Tub of G2s. Anyway, if you got pen ideas, send them my way. It's what? I'm crowdsourcing.
Nothing.
Makes sense. 61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:47. I have some cards to write. What? You got some cards? I've got my TK kind of card here. I got some new stationery on order. Oh, you want a gift? Stationery. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Don't get me wrong. Graduation time is here. You should be at PA Jewelers. You should be at Premier Arms. You should be at Garage Doors of Indianapolis. That's right. Garage Door. Perfect graduation gift. But not for the kid, for yourself. You get the new garage door. You change the code on the garage door. Kid can't get back home. Go out into the real world. Perfect graduation gift for you. Garage Doors of Indianapolis. Doors today for service today. Who else? Who else is a sponsor? Good Feet Store. Perfect gift. Right? Start feeling better now that graduation is here. Boer Remodeling. Now that the kid is moving out of the house for college, my gosh, turn their bedroom into a dojo. BoerRemodeling.com. Just trying to help. Just trying to help. But stationery is a great one. personalized stationery, the note card, the lost. Do you write handwritten notes there, Matt? Do you ever write a handwritten, hey, thanks, Matt? Okay, you just had to say no. Jeepers. Gosh, sorry. It is important. I don't care your age. If you're a senior in high school, start getting into this habit now. Handwritten, not a text, handwritten note card. Boop. Get an address, send it. Getting things in the mail still matters. Tactile still matters. Taking the time, it matters. It is a good thing to do. Great habit to get into. Do that. Also, journaling, a very good habit too. Just jotting down some thoughts of the day. It's interesting to go back and look at things. It's good to have the record. The ballroom, ladies and gentlemen. The story that has divided America for no reason whatsoever, mostly because everybody is completely insane. The radicalness of the political left that believes that a shooting was manufactured there at the Hilton during the White House Correspondents' Dinner so Trump could get the ballroom. And of course, the people today, the elected officials today, who still want to be opposed to something so rational.
Donald Trump's been saying for months that the private donors are going to pay for this ballroom, but now your colleagues here in Congress on the Republican side of the aisle are saying that taxpayers are going to be on the hook for this?
Hell no. I mean, you see, this idea that first of all, they did not ask,
That's Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and as you can see, she's a wordsmith. It is not an insane thought, this ballroom. It's not a bad idea. The people opposed to it hate Trump more than they love rationality, and that's all we've got. The end. Could I have done without a ballroom? Yes. Absolutely, I could have done without a ballroom. Were there other spaces, other places that we could have converted, moved around, made secure? Absolutely. Is there an argument to be made for a ballroom at the White House? Yes. That argument won out. The opposition is pure madness and silliness. It comes from people who have nothing else to offer. She cannot describe her objection. She only knows that she is supposed to object because Trump bad, Orange Man bad, all of that stuff. It's just so boring. It is so boring. Now, I am going to be forced to have this conversation about Jimmy Kimmel. I do not want this conversation about Jimmy Kimmel. And I will say to you that the people out there discussing the ballroom, and they hate the ballroom, they have nothing to offer. They have nothing concrete. They have nothing that is worthy of discussion. They only have this hatred and vitriol. Well, let me turn this around and discuss this conversation about Kimmel. What you have is people engaging in commentary for clicks, engaging this hype, this anger, this hatred for clicks. Nothing's going to change. What do you want to do about it? That's the question. What do you want to do about it? Don't want to hear any more complaining. Don't actually give a damn. What do you want to do about it? What's your plan? Jimmy Kimmel is a lowlife, and so is his wife, his executive producer of that show, because they both had to be okay with this joke about Melania Trump being a widow. They both had to be okay with it. Also, I was told reliably that women shouldn't be attacking other women. Well, that's not true. Now, is it? Somebody asked the executive producer why she's okay with these things. And how did it become okay that you can be the executive producer and sleep with the star? I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. But clearly, some things are fine. By the way, I'm not even arguing that she isn't capable. I don't know her skill set in being an executive producer at all. All I know is she had to have been okay with the joke. And the joke was told not once, but twice By the way, joke is a loose term. Not only do you stop watching the show, you stop shopping the sponsors, and then you vote so people like him and the things that he allegedly believes him lose. This is all about the midterms. And if you're not using this moment to rally people to the midterms so these progressives lose, what are we doing? Oh, but you got a couple of clicks? Well, then that's really going to save the country. I've got more on this subject, sadly, which is really about how we fight. That's coming up at 8:15. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic.
Fall Creek Parkway flooded inbound right around Monon Trail to East 34th Street. The backup almost touching 38th. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors' new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors ad-free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Yeah, Hammer's going to tell you about this amazing sale going on right now, Window Nation, windownation.com. It involves 0% interest financing and saving a ton of money on brand new, professionally installed, high-quality windows. I had them installed in my house. They were in and out within a day. Left my place cleaner than before the install. 45,000 five-star reviews online with Window Nation.
This is a mega sale. This is legit. Window Nation's the more you buy, the more you save sale. It's happening right now, where you could get up to 50% off all window styles for your home. Plus, you could get them with 0% financing for up to 5 years. All you have to do is schedule a free consultation. That's right. Speak to somebody for free. Ask all the questions. WindowNation.com. Hurry, the sale ends soon. WindowNation.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Hammer and Nigel for Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Thompson Furniture is celebrating their 99th anniversary with the biggest sale ever on Indiana-made Smith Brothers and Lazy Boy. The King for Queen mattress sale. Enjoy spring with new outdoor furniture and their sale on Pollywood, Berlin Gardens, and Ashley.
Interest-free financing, cash discounts, and free delivery to the Indianapolis area. It's worth the trip to Columbus. Thompson Furniture and Mattress. ThompsonFurniture.net. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Spring is fast approaching and a great time for a new Lincoln at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. 0% financing is back. That's right, 0% for 48 months on new Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. Plus 0% for 36 months on new Navigator. With these rates, it's absolutely the best time to buy. Be sure to check them all out at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Our family serving yours since 1972.
0% APR for 48 months on 2026 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. 0% APR for 36 months on 2025 Lincoln Navigator. Subject to credit approval. Offers end soon. See dealer for complete offer details.
Suspected gunman in the attack at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
93 WIBC.
They left a Secret Service agent wounded.
What happens next?
He ran past a Secret Service checkpoint.
Happens here.
and was taken down unharmed.
There is still a stalemate between the U.S. and Iran after talks fell through again over the weekend. Trump says the blockade will continue until there's a deal.
4 young women and a girl were shot in Bloomington late Saturday. 2 men are believed to be responsible, and they're still on the run.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Good Tuesday morning coming up in 2 minutes. Forecasters say last night's storm left behind a lot of damage. We'll tell you where. Firefighters are talking about what they recovered in a pond, and the ACLU is responding to a lawsuit involving the Miami Correctional Facility. Those stories after Fox News from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 7 o'clock.
He's charged with attempting to assassinate the president. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We have a solid case.
That's U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro, and she says more charges will be coming against Cole Allen, the suspected attacker at the White House Correspondents' Dinner Saturday night in Washington.
So we're learning more about the potential planning of the attack. 31-year-old Cole Allen booked his hotel room about 3 weeks before the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and the engineer and teacher made his initial appearance in court yesterday, facing at least 3 criminal counts. So far, he faces 1 count of attempting to assassinate the President of the United States, which could mean up to life in prison, 1 count of transporting a firearm across state lines, and discharging a firearm during a crime of violence.
That's Fox's Alex Hogan. Allen returns to court tomorrow on Thursday. There's a renewed focus on political rhetoric. Senior advisor to First Lady Melania Trump, Mark Beckman, just told Fox.
Jimmy Kimmel should be terminated from ABC.
The day after the First Lady posted on X, Kimmel's hateful and violent rhetoric is corrosive. Upset over a Kimmel monologue last week before the White House dinner attack, joking about the Trump's marriage, saying the First Lady has the glow of an expectant widow. Well, Kimmel responded on his show last night that it was not a call to target the president.
Obviously was a joke about their age difference and the look of joy we see on her face every time they're together. It was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am.
Kimmel was suspended briefly last year over comments related to Charlie Kirk's assassination. President Trump is reportedly dissatisfied with Iran's offer to reopen the Strait of Hormuz if the U.S. ends a blockade on its ports and delays nuclear talks. Secretary of State Marco Rubio tells Fox,
I hope that in the aftermath of this conflict, the whole world's eyes have been opened to the threat Iran poses.
Oil prices rising 3% this morning. At the gas pump, a 6-cent surge today. AAA's national average for regular, $4.17 per gallon, the highest price since the Iran conflict started. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Trees are snapped, debris is scattered across yards, and shingles are ripped off. 60 degrees, clear radar in downtown Indianapolis, but gray clouds to the north of our downtown studios, going up to 66. Good Tuesday morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Wind gusts hit 70 miles an hour in some locations last night as strong storms moved across the state. Forecasters say a few of those storms showed signs of rotation,
which prompted a few tornado warnings as well. And those were, we have yet to confirm anything, but I think we're going to go take a look later today and see what happened out there. We're still getting reports.
Matt Eckhoff at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis, says those counties include Madison, Rush, and Johnson counties. A candidate running for office in the upcoming May primary has been arrested over the weekend. Here's John Herrick.
Senate District 31 Democrat primary candidate Andrew Deslin was arrested in Fishers on Sunday for cocaine possession and resisting law enforcement. Fishers Police Sergeant Angela Ellison explains how this all started.
So it sounds like Mr. Deslin was in one of our neighborhoods, and the call came in from dispatch that he was soliciting in the area.
She says he claimed that he was allowed to be there, but then he got in his car and tried to leave. She says he stopped and gave the officers a hard time about putting handcuffs on him. Ellison says the cocaine was found in his car. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
In Delaware County, investigators say the person driving the semi-truck that hit and killed a corporal named Blake Reynolds had been awake for 21 hours and was on his phone shortly before the crash. State police arrested Teddy Eddie Johnson of New Haven on Monday. Prosecutors have charged him with reckless homicide, involuntary manslaughter, and several traffic-related offenses. Indianapolis police and firefighters recovered a body from a pond on the northwest side of the city last night. They were called to Barnwood Trace near Georgetown Road right before 7:30. Firefighters searched the water, found the body, and brought it out. The Indiana Department of Correction will pay $1.2 million to settle lawsuits over prison conditions. The agreement ends a 5-year legal dispute. Here's Johnette Cruz.
The ACLU of Indiana has finalized settlements for 31 people held at the Miami Correctional Facility. The lawsuits claim that inmates were kept in near total darkness for months in cells with metal-covered windows and non-working lights. ACLU Legal Director Ken Falk says the settlement is a major victory for the Eighth Amendment, noting that the plaintiffs showed immense courage in coming forward to expose unconstitutional and cruel treatment within the state's prison system. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the IU Health 500 Festival Mini Marathon is set for this Saturday in downtown Indianapolis. It'll bring thousands of people running and spectators to the city. Packet pickup taking place. The 500 Festival Mini Marathon Expo at the Indiana Convention Center in Hall A and B, which is along Capitol Avenue, and that runs on April 30th from 4 to 8 and May 1st, 10 to 8. If you're running, you have to bring your photo ID to get your bib number. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
Good morning, Ryan. Ramp closed on the west side at southbound 465 to I-70. That ramp closed because of a crash. And we check out Hendricks County. Westbound 70 is stopped for several miles from State Road 267 because of road construction. The right lane blocked. Downtown, crash on the collector ramp. Southbound 6570 of Michigan Street. The ramp is open. The crash is on the left side. We're backed up to Emerson Avenue on westbound 70. That's a 12-minute delay now to go from Emerson to the north split. Fall Creek flooding. That's Fall Creek Parkway around the Monon Trail flooded on the inbound commute. If it's there, it could be anywhere. Make good decisions as you make your way to work. Crash west side Country Club Road south of Crawfordsville Road, and a crash Girls School Road north of Rockville Road. That's at Halstead Drive. Traffic sponsored by Fox One. Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. Get breaking news, in-depth analysis, and perspectives from the voices you trust, all in one place. Stream Fox News on Fox One. See Fox One for complete terms and conditions. Download today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, can you be a grown man and write a note to someone in purple pen?
In purple? No.
No, you can't. You can't. That's the correct answer.
No.
I like the way it writes. No. I'm looking for a pen. I'm looking for my pen, my stapler. I'm looking for a pen. I need a good pen. And this one writes well, but it's in purple. I do not know why we bought this. I don't know why. I don't know why this is my house. So that's unnecessary. But you know,
I get it. I understand.
There is no letter I'm going to be writing in the next 6 years that starts with Dear Taylor Swift. So this is ridiculous.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do you get it?
I 100%, because anytime I need to write something down and I open up the drawer, it's either my wife or my oldest daughter, and they throw all of their pens in there, and it's pink, it's purple, it's anything from the black and blue, and I'd even expect I would take red, honestly, but it's never any of those. It's pink, it's purple. I can't do it.
I didn't realize I was hitting on such a point of contention in the Bailey household. I was just saying I needed a pen. I apologize. All right, let's just stick with weather, and we'll try and make everything smooth from here.
That's fair. All right, deep breaths. Hey, speaking of, it was a rough night last night. We are going to be much calmer today. Now, it's a lot of cloud cover here this morning. I'm optimistic we'll get some sunshine by the afternoon. It is going to be noticeably cooler. Today's high around 67. We're cloudy for the evening. I do think some showers move in late tonight, and there might be some rumbles of thunder overnight. Nothing severe, but again, may wake you up overnight with a few downpours here and there, low down to 53. That rain will linger on early Wednesday morning, and then turning mostly cloudy, cool for your Wednesday, a high of 60. The rest of the week is going to be on the cool side. Thursday, partly cloudy, 62. Just a few sprinkles Friday, otherwise mostly cloudy, a high only of 59.
That is Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. We appreciate you as always, Marcus. Thank you. 60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:09. Tales from the Track is May 18th. Get your tickets with Bobby Rahal and Graham Rahal. Who has the better mustache? Find out. Hammer and Nigel will be there. Get your tickets at WIBC.com. That's also where you get your news. Greenwood High School closed today because of the damage done from the storms last night. You heard Marcus Bailey talking about, you've heard Matt Baer throughout the morning talking about the flooding on Fall Creek. There's a tornado warning that was issued last night about 10:45 p.m. This only applies to Greenwood High School. Every other school is on its regular schedule, this except for Westwood Elementary. It's an e-learning day because of a power outage. So what are they calling it? A synchronous learning day? It's there's nothing worse than e-learning. How about just a day off? Just a day off. Everybody will be fine. Everything will be good. The kids are all right. Just a day off. But so this is happening. We've got the story at WIBC.com. You're going to want to check in on that. Of course, we are gearing up for the Indy 500. We are so close to it's going to be me. No, it's going to be May. It's going to be May because it's the month of May. And don't worry, we're going to play it because we're just those kinds of terrible people. Do I pronounce her last name Legge? L-E-G-G-E, Catherine Legge? I believe I do. She is going to be making her 5th Indy start. She is going to be going for this. Have we determined whether or not for the Indy 500 we're going to get to bumping? Is there going to be some bump day drama? I will tell you now, having seen, I believe this will be because, we do the pre-race coverage here. We do the whole thing at WIBC, and I get to do the pre-race coverage. I think this is race number 10 for me. I think this is my 10th Indy 500 I'm doing the pre-race for. Of course, we didn't during the COVID stuff, which was sad enough. So I look forward to it, and I've now done races without bump day and with bump day, and the bumping is better. The drama is just so much better. So much better. And so I'm hoping that we get that opportunity. Now, I will tell you that speaking of that bump day, in the year that it was Hinchcliffe and Pippa Mann who got bumped, we had Pippa Mann on the show during that pre-race. Still to date, outside of telling Charles Payne that the head of Fox News, Roger Ailes, had died. Like, I broke that news to him on air. It's a tie. That and hearing Pippa Mann discuss being bumped. The two most intense, just heartfelt, heart-wrenching. You were so connected to them emotionally. She was incredible, and Pippa Mann deserves all the credit in the world for coming on and doing that. That could not have been easy at all. A lot of respect for that woman, what she's still trying to do in the world of racing. That drama cannot be matched, and so I'm only hoping that we get more of it this year. We will have the race right here The Indy 500, of course, on WIBC. And don't forget, Tales from the Track with Bobby Rahal and Graham Rahal and Hammer and Nigel. That is May 18th. Get your tickets right now at WIBC.com. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Tracy Powell's faced 4 state warrants for unpaid income taxes. That's right, 4 tax warrants. And Powell got away with it. Got elected county commissioner, in fact. We all know about politicians who get away with insider deals. And Tracy Powell's their poster child. Condemned for bucking the law on a shady infrastructure project. A $9 million insider deal. And Powell hid it from public view. For you and me, tax cheating, law breaking, and backroom deals means fines or jail time. But to the DC insiders in the swamp, it's a sure sign of one thing. There's a guy we can buy, and his name is Tracy Powell. You've seen their millions on TV, lies from Indy, ads made in Washington, smearing one of us, conservative Jim Buck. That's Tracy's campaign, paid for by insiders spreading lies. So don't let the swamp fool you again. Jim Buck for state senate, paid for by Citizens for Buck.
Traffic on the 5s. Matthew Bear, what's going on?
Yeah, Tony, on the west side, the ramp is closed from southbound 465 to westbound 70. This is the ramp that heads towards Indianapolis International Airport and Ronald Reagan Parkway. Again, it's southbound to westbound. That ramp shut down because of an overturned semi-trailer. And right now we do have a slowdown as you approach, but the main line is doing okay. Hendricks County westbound 70 stopped after State Road 267 for several miles. That's a construction zone. Downtown crash, southbound 6570. It's on that local ramp to Collector Ramp to Michigan Street and Ohio Street. Traffic backed up through the north split out to Emerson Avenue, and that creates a delay of 10 minutes. Northbound 65 south side stop and go before Raymond up to Washington Street. And we have flooding in the south split. It's on the exit ramp from eastbound 72, southbound 65. The ramp is open. Flooding on Fall Creek Parkway. Inbound around the Monon Trail. Please be careful if it's there. It could be anywhere. And southbound Keystone Parkway in Carmel stopped from Carmel Drive down to 106th Street. Traffic sponsored by Grandview Homes. With so much going on, simplify what you can. Grandview Homes buys houses for cash as is. Visit grandviewhomes.com. That's grandviewhomes.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This hour is powered by Sundown Gardens, Hamilton County Spring Nursery Headquarters.
I can work with this. No. Keep it up, baby. True story about this song. Music by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Lyrics by Matt Bear. Oh, turn this up. What's wrong with you? I'm chair dancing. I'm not. I just want to say, Gen Z, to date, you have not created any music as good as this. Let the war begin. Turn it up. I swear to you, if you turn it down again, there's going to be a riot. Everything's better, right? I should be doing radio, but come on. Matt Bear never sounded better. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. The Popcorn Moment brought to you by Booher, Booher. They also bring you the little dance break right there. Your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement, Booher Remodeling is who you call to make it all look amazing. Whether the space is outdated, needs updating, needs an entire gut down to the studs. Let's start fresh with this monstrosity. Booher has got you covered. They'll increase and improve the layout and the function of your life. Whether you're somebody who likes to entertain, somebody who just needs the space for your own personal reasons, something to accommodate that growing family or that changing family. Yeah, Booher is the call to make, turning that basement from just a dumping ground into an actual part of the house, a master bathroom you actually want to be in, a great place to start your day and end your day. Their 5-step design process makes everything so easy, so professional, so communicative. You know everything that's happening, so everything is stress-free. Talk to the professionals at Booher Remodeling and get your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement looking amazing the way you've always wanted it to look. It's about you and what you need for your life. Talk to Booher today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Booher. Booher. BooherRemodeling.com. The Popcorn Moment. Let's go. Story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is more. I don't bring you the conversation about the ridiculousness and the ugliness of Jimmy Kimmel. He's an ugly dude, him and his wife. She's the executive producer. You bet I'm going to bring it up. She is just as involved in talking about Melania Trump as a widow as Jimmy. Of course she is. This isn't some rogue guy. Maybe it's a rogue family, but it's not a rogue guy. I was thinking of a joke, and I want to know if I can get away with this, producer Carl. I'm going to text you the joke. You tell me if I can get away with this joke. I mean, if Jimmy Kimmel's telling jokes, and my joke is not gross, my joke is a deep cut. But here, I'm going to write this to you. What do Donald Trump? This is the joke. I came up with this yesterday. Hold on, if I could type Donald Trump, and I'm not going to say. It's a deep cut. I'm writing the joke. All right, I sent that to you, Carl. Tell me if this joke is acceptable. Tell me if this joke is allowable. Right there, producer Carl.
I would pass.
You would pass on that. You would pass on that. Okay. All right. By the way, if Carl's passing, clearly I don't understand how deep it is. Okay. See that? I ran it by my producer, and my producer was like, nah, let's keep the job. That didn't happen in Kimmelland. No. What happened was, hey, honey, I'm going to tell a joke about the first lady being a widow. And she said, as long as the check's clear. Pew, pew. That's what she said. Little finger guns right there. Well, people like Jake Tapper, very, very upset that the president is upset, that the first lady is upset, that they've said something, and now we have to stand up for free speech.
It is a big problem of calls for violence and dehumanization, and it's getting worse. But it is not a problem to be wielded like a cudgel to try to stop journalism or jokes. Journalism and jokes are not calls for violence. Calls for violence are calls for violence. And far too many Americans in positions of power and influence are too blasé and too glib about those who make them.
So, Jake Tapper wants you to know that it is totally fine for Kimmel to say what he says. He's not the one engaging in incendiary anything. Rather, it's those in positions of power and influence. It's Trump's fault. That is an interesting take. Now, this was Jake Tapper with Jimmy Kimmel in 2022 when it was wrong to joke about Paul Pelosi. Remember, Paul Pelosi was involved with the guy and then he got hit with a hammer. And I don't think it's cool that he got hit with a hammer, but he was clearly involved with the guy and I think knew the guy and certainly invited the guy. And where was his pants? Anyway.
And it's not just the smears that they put out about Paul Pelosi, these deranged conspiracy theories. A lot of these folks, right-wing MAGA folks, tried to make jokes at Paul Pelosi's expense. Where's the line? I mean, I personally found those jokes by Don Jr. and others just horrible and not even remotely funny.
I've said a million stupid things, and I would hope that people would decide whether an apology is sincere. When an apology isn't even offered, listen, these people are supposed to be Christians. I am a Catholic. I grew up in the church. What I was taught was that if you do something wrong, you ask for forgiveness and you are forgiven for these things. The idea that it would be anything other than that these people who are allegedly following the teachings of Jesus would behave in this way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any sense at all. And
well, as long as you are getting lectured regarding your faith by Jimmy Kimmel, it's all right. The Charlie Kirk joke, the Melania Trump joke. Has anybody ever questioned whether or not sometimes the answer to "can I be forgiven" is no? Well, I think that's what people who are of faith would say to me. That's not how it works, and I get such a thing. But to be lectured to by Jake Tapper, if there's a consistency, there's a consistency. Well, where is it? You joked about her being a widow, and then in addressing the controversy, you did it again last night. He doesn't care, and his wife doesn't care. The show doesn't care. The family doesn't care. It's all Trump? It's not. It just isn't. It just isn't. Then again, I have long thought very little of Jake Tapper. Matt Barris got traffic. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
West side ramp closed from southbound 465 to westbound 70, like you're heading towards Indianapolis International or Ronald Reagan Parkway, Ameriplex. What you can do is you can bail out at Sam Jones and then head east, and that gets you back to westbound 70 and continue your trip to Indianapolis International. While we're out there, Hendricks County, westbound 70 completely stopped after State Road 267 for several miles. That's a construction zone. Crash clear on the exit ramp to downtown from southbound 65. 70 still stopped on westbound 70 because of that earlier crash from Emerson Avenue to the north split. That is a 10-minute delay. Northbound 65 jams and the construction from Keystone Avenue up to the south split, an 8-minute delay. And we have flooding in the south split. It's on the exit ramp from eastbound 70 to southbound 65. Carmel southbound Keystone Parkway is stopped after 126th Street to 106th. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Take your turn tax refund. The hell was that? Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland, online at DrexelIN.com. That's Drexel Interiors, DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
John Fetterman says the Democrats should drop the TDS and fund the ballroom. Hey, it's Casey. Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Hammer 90. Nigel here for Window Nation. Spring has arrived, and it'll be a great time to open your windows. And wait, your windows won't open easily? Is that what you're telling me? They leak when it rains? They have cracked glass, or they need repainting again? Getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. Right now, during the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off all your windows. Plus, you could get them with 0 interest for 5 years.
With Window Nation, you'll get windows that easily slide open and close. They're made with top quality seals, so they won't leak when it's rainy or windy. And unlike other windows, they're maintenance free. So that's good. Window Nation stands behind them with a lifetime warranty. And they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait. Put an end to your window problems and save big with Window Nation's The More You Buy, The More You Save sale going on right now. The sale ends soon. Visit windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
At WIBC, banking is about more than numbers. It's about relationships. For over 150 years, we've been helping individuals, families, and businesses reach their goals with personalized service and local decision making. Whether you're opening your first account or planning your next big move, we're here with the tools and support to help you move forward with confidence. WIBC Bank, your partner for life's moments, both big and small. Member FDIC.
And everything was going really great until he showed me his junk.
No way.
Yeah, it was like huge and really gross.
Ew, and I bet it smelled.
Grossed out by junk? Rubbish Works will haul it away. 317-242-9502 or rubbishworks.com.
This is a story about junk. Once upon a time, you had too much. Now you don't. The end.
Write your own happy ending. Rubbish Works will haul your junk away. 317-242-9502 or rubbishworks.com.
When the cold takes over, Bassett Services is the name you can trust to keep your home warm and safe. From furnace repairs to full system replacements, we provide reliable solutions with care and professionalism. For urgent repairs or routine maintenance, Bassett delivers service you can depend on. We've been the first call for heating and cooling in Indianapolis for decades, so sound the hound at BassettServices.com for all your heating needs. Bassett Services.
Always by your side.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Power outages and school delays. 60 degrees, cloudy sky, but a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis right now, going up to 66. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 7:31. People across Indiana this morning are dealing with storm damage from last night's wind gusts that topped out at 80 miles an hour. About 12,000 people in central Indiana are waking up without power, and schools in Greenwood are on delays or running e-learning. Westwood Elementary says they're closed due to a power outage. National Weather Service forecaster Matt Eckhoff says some areas saw significant damage, and that will prompt teams to head out to check to see whether a tornado touchdown.
The areas that we're focused on are down in Morgan and Johnson County, and also in Rush County. There's a few spots. We're waiting to hear from Monroe and Bartholomew County, and some of these places have some suspected damage.
Eckhoff says there is a chance for severe weather tonight, but after today, the pattern shifts the other way with cooler temperatures moving in and a frost risk possible this weekend. The man accused of firing his weapon at Saturday's White House Correspondents' Dinner could spend the rest of his life in prison.
We're learning more about the potential planning of the attack. 31-year-old Cole Allen booked his hotel room about 3 weeks before the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and the engineer and teacher made his initial appearance in court yesterday, facing at least 3 criminal counts. Allen is accused of opening fire outside the Washington Hilton Ballroom Saturday night. The event marked the first time that President Donald Trump attended the annual gala as president, which brings together elected officials and more than 2,000 members of the press.
Fox's Alex Hogan reporting. The back and forth between comedian Jimmy Kimmel and First Lady Melania Trump is continuing.
First Lady Melania Trump blasting the late-night host, calling Kimmel a coward after he referred to her as having a glow like an expectant widow in his monologue last week, one that aired before the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Melania Trump calling on his parent company ABC to take him off the air. Instead, Jimmy Kimmel repeated the joke in his monologue Monday night, claiming it was about the age difference between her and the president. Kimmel's show narrowly avoided cancellation last year when he was suspended by ABC following distasteful jokes about the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
Fox's Sue Guzman reporting. The Washington Hilton is donating about 2,000 meals that went unused at the White House Correspondents' Dinner Saturday. The White House Correspondents Association president announced the donation on X Monday. The steak and lobster meals will be freeze-dried and sent to 2 shelters that support women and children. You can explore Indiana's outdoors for free this weekend. All Indiana state parks will waive admission Sunday, May 3rd, as part of the state's welcome weekend to kick off spring season. And sports on WIBC at 7:34. It is Indy 500 Open Test Week, and the Speedway opens its gates in about 90 minutes. Testing begins at 10, and fans could come out for free. With free parking, teams are spending the day dialing in setups, working on balance, and giving drivers some real laps to settle in. The NBA playoffs continued last night as the Orlando Magic beat the Detroit Pistons 94-88 to go up 3-1 in their series. The Oklahoma City Thunder swept the Phoenix Suns 131-122, 4-0 in that series. In Denver stayed alive, topping the Minnesota Timberwolves 125-113. The Indiana Fever back at practice Monday, and center Aaliyah Boston says she liked what she saw from last week's preseason win over the New York Liberty.
Getting up and down the floor, getting up a good amount of threes. I think obviously on defense there's still some actions that we got to clean up because New York does a great job of like that guard-to-guard action, post-post action. But I mean, I think our pace was really great.
And the Indiana Fever play another preseason game Thursday against the Dallas Wings, the same team they'll open up the regular season against on May 9th. And former IU quarterback Brendan Sorsby has entered a treatment program to address a gambling addiction. He's now with Texas Tech, where the school says it's supporting him through the process. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. You're busy out there. What are you watching, Matt Bear?
Yeah, Ryan, we have a ramp closed on the west side. It's from southbound 465 to westbound 70, like you're going to the airport. And it's closed because of a rolled semi-trailer. The ramp shut down, and we are slow after that on southbound 465 from 70 down to the White River. Hendricks County westbound 70 stop from State Road 267 for a few miles because of construction. South side northbound 65 jams up from Keystone Avenue into the south split, an 11-minute delay. We have flooding in the south split. It's on the ramp from eastbound 72 southbound 65. The ramp is open. Stop and go traffic back to west. Westbound 70 stop and go Emerson Avenue to the north split, a 7-minute delay. The crash on the collector ramp southbound 6570 at Michigan Street, that has cleared. Carmel southbound Keystone Parkway stopped. Carmel Drive down to 106th Street. Inbound 69 stop and go from 116th to 82nd for an 8-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors' new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:37.
In London, a simple solution to a financial problem was about to create a political one.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76, brought to you by Samuel Solutions Group.
April 28th, 1773. In Parliament, lawmakers were finalizing a plan to rescue the struggling East India Company by giving it special privileges to sell tea in the American colonies. The arrangement seemed practical: cheaper tea and a company saved from bankruptcy. But many colonists saw something else: a monopoly backed by Parliament and a quiet acceptance of the hated tea tax. The plan looked tidy in London. In Boston, it would soon explode into protest.
The spirit of 76. As we celebrate 250 years, remember to thank God for our liberty, love your country for our freedoms, and proudly share your patriotism. Brought to you by Samuel Solutions Group.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, Blue Dog good, naked people sometimes also good. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show, I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. The cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. It is all there on the Marketplace. The Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Fast, easy, free to use. Text my name, Tony, to 46220 to get started. Text Tony to 46220 to get started and check that out. By the way, I did want to say, what we're doing there for America 250 in the spirit of 76, our program director, David Wood, has put these together, voices these, and I'm thrilled to see Samuel Solutions Group doing the sponsorship of it. It is very cool. I don't know the people at Samuel Solutions Group. I don't know them, but good on them. It is a fantastic podcast, easy to digest. They're all 60 seconds. It's all there at WIBC.com. The Spirit of 76, America 250. Very cool. You should check it out. Back to the marketplace where we find all the groovy stuff. Matt Bear, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please.
Do you like paintings of blue dogs?
Oh, very much.
Do you like paintings of people possibly in various states of undress?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then if I got a story for you.
Oh.
Someone is selling a painting of a blue dog. Now, if you don't know the blue dog paintings, this really came into fashion in the 80s. You saw them everywhere. I don't pronounce his name right. I think it is George Rodriguez. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. So he was the artist doing landscapes there in Louisiana, and then the blue dog became like the everything. It was the connection to everything. It was wildly popular for a while. Do you remember this?
No, not at all.
Really?
No, it's I remember a laughing dragon, but it wasn't anything to do with the blue dog.
Yeah, not at all. Not in any way. So this is a George Rodriguez Love Among the Ruins silkscreen print. It is a numbered print, number 12 of 90, and it has this woman from classical painting fame, and she is not wearing any clothing.
Ooh. Yeah.
And then it's got the two blue dogs.
Oh, okay. This is odd. At Tony Katz, I find this.
Yeah, if you follow me on Twitter X at Tony Katz, I have it posted there.
Oh, okay. Here we are. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She has a lusty look in her eye. A bit. Is that okay? See, now I'm censoring my. Is that okay? A lusty
yeah, that's
look?
fine.
Okay.
No, that I will allow.
Well, the dogs have a lusty look in their eyes too.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still
they
good.
look possessed.
Yeah, they do look like they have a spirit to them here at the moment. It's really nice. It's I don't. I'm gonna have to look at it for a long time to be able to get the artful message, the theme of the painting, because I'm not sure. What's going
just
on here.
Awesome.
Okay, it's just awesome. Yeah.
That's all. Just awesome and terrific and if you don't remember Blue Dog, well, that's maybe it's a little tough. But right now, this piece of artwork, which is how big is this?
It's a 4x6.
It's not. It's 22 by 34.
Oh, okay.
And that's without the frame. The frame has got to go. The frame is sizzling hot garbage.
I was just thinking that the frame is awful.
Yeah. They're asking $900.
Deal breaker.
I don't know if it's a deal breaker, man.
Really?
Yeah.
You gonna put
I
that
think
in your
it's kinda
studio,
awesome.
Tony?
What was that?
You gonna put that in your studio?
Oh, that could go totally in the studio.
We're gonna
The
have
last time we looked at art, it was the ET thing. Do you remember the ET thing?
Oh, yeah. E.T. would be great in this, too, by the way.
So it was like this painting that was on like a burlap sack, and it was E.T. and it was Elliot, but Elliot looked like Michael Jackson, had a baby with Lionel Richie. And
that was it.
They were asking $500. It is sold.
Wow.
How about that?
So when I bring up artwork, I immediately increase the value.
That's fantastic.
So, no, it's not original. It's a print, but I'm still thinking maybe. It is very cool. I can't be the only person who remembers Blue Dog.
Yeah, the shadows are hitting her perfectly, if I may say.
Oh, yeah,
so.
well.
That's very...
everyone knows that the shadows are everything.
Yeah, and she has a couple of dogs, and they look stoned.
They're just happy.
Okay, happy dogs.
The dogs are actually with their eyes saying, "Got treats." That's what they're
happy little dogs.
That's what they're saying.
Happy little treats.
So you're out for $900.
Where am I going to find $900 in this day and age?
I don't know.
A
Couch
savings
cushions.
account. Ooh.
Couch cushion. Nigel's couch cushions.
I'll dig through them all day if I can find $900.
This is over there at the marketplace. We have everything listed at WIBC.com. Check it out for yourself. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Your home is more than where you live. It's your biggest investment. And at B-Window, we help protect it. Upgrade to high-performance windows and doors designed to increase your home's value while dramatically reducing energy costs year after year. With 0% financing for up to 2 years, upgrading your home can be completely worry-free. Plus, for a limited time, buy any product, get the second at 50% off. Schedule your free in-home consultation at bwindow.com. Trust local, trust your home to beat.
Trust me. If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at drexelin.com.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, he's in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
All right, Tony. West side ramp closed. Southbound 465 to westbound 70 closed because of a rolled semi-trailer. If you want to reroute, you can always exit at Sam Jones, head east. That'll get you westbound 70. Speaking of Hendricks County, westbound 70 jammed from State Road 267. Then we are slow out to State Road 39. It's a construction zone. Downtown flooding on the exit from eastbound 72, southbound 65 in the south split. That has us backed up to west. Inbound 65, stop and go after 38th Street, Kessler Boulevard, 221st. Inbound 69, a 10-minute delay from 116th Street to 465. Southbound Keystone Parkway stopped after 126th Street to 106. And southbound 31, stop and go traffic, 116th Street to 465. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 60 degrees. No, it's a little more than 60 degrees, I believe, if I were to make sure I had this right. Nope, it's 60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Miss Sim's Home and Garden in Bargersville is now open 7 days a week. Stop by Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. and 9 to 5 on Saturday and 11 to 4 on Sunday. Tell them JMV sent you.
Choose Pella of Indianapolis for window and door replacement to help enhance your home. For a limited time, get 20% off Pella projects. Call 833-87-PELLA or visit PellaIndy.com/radio. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You've probably heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's not houses, cars, or anything like that. It's actually your money being held by the Indiana Attorney General's Office Unclaimed Property Division. We're talking forgotten wages, old bank accounts, refunds, insurance payouts, stock dividends, and more. Right now, nearly $1 billion is waiting to be claimed by Hoosiers just like you. Find out if some of it is yours. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov today. It's fast, free, and easy.
Beat the spring cleaning rush with Zero Res. Hi, this is Denny Smith, and if your house still smells like winter, yeah, it's time. Spring means fresh air, but not if your carpets and ducts are holding on to months of who knows what. This month, get Zero Resified from Indy's #1 carpet cleaner. Last chance. Buy one room of carpet, get one clean for free, unlimited rooms, plus $599 for a whole system air duct cleaning. Call Zero Res, 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com for the WIBC special.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, we're here to support you every way we can. From answering your questions to helping coordinate appointments.
The whole team has been phenomenal there. They've made me feel like I'm a family member. I get hugs every time I go in. It's been such a blessing that the great care I've received has been so close to home.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. Get breaking news, in-depth analysis, and perspectives from voices you trust, all in one place. Stream Fox News on Fox One. See Fox One for complete terms and conditions. Download today.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel all this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Broad Ripple Art Fair, May 16th and 17th at the Indy Arts Center, featuring incredible local art, food, and music.
There was a back and forth that took place yesterday in the halls of Congress, in an Appropriations Committee meeting, between the ranking Democrat, Rosa DeLauro from Connecticut, and you've seen her before because she's the older woman with the purple hair, and you're like, what's happening here? Well, what's happening there is Rosa DeLauro of Connecticut. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning, good to be with you. I bet she has purple hair, whatever. Live your life. I would just rather she was better on policy. And she was talking to Lee Zeldin. Lee Zeldin is the EPA administrator who has proven himself to be outrageously effective. And this is a back and forth that took place that led to screaming and yelling on the behalf of Representative DeLauro because she did not understand the question she was asking regarding the EPA, regarding Zeldin and climate change and case law, specifically Loper-Bright. 2 words, Loper, L-O-P-E-R, and Bright, B-R-I-G-H-T, which refers to a case that we discussed here, Loper-Bright Enterprises versus Raimondo, who was the former Secretary of Commerce, was Raimondo. She was also the former governor of Rhode Island, Gina Raimondo. And in this case, this is what led to the overruling and the overturning of something called Chevron deference, which basically stated that in anything involving agencies, we will defer to the agencies as the experts, and the courts would defer to the agencies, giving them really this unlimited power, which, of course, they didn't deserve. It was an extremely important case, and it changed how these agencies have to act. So I share with you now the back and forth regarding the questions being asked by the Democrat and the cool, calm responses of the conservative Lee Zeldin, which send DeLauro up a wall.
The budget proposal reads like a climate change denier's manifesto. When climate change is flooding our streets, poisoning our air, driving up health care and disaster costs. How can the EPA justify abandoning that duty to protect Americans to appease polluters under the false flag of economic growth?
Following the law, Section 202 of the Clean Air Act, where does it say anything about fighting global climate change? Loper-Bright, Supreme Court case, you familiar with it?
No, I maybe others are. I'm not, but let me ask.
But that's really important. As a member of Congress, Loper-Bright says that we, as an agency, don't have the authority to get creative. If Section 202 of the Clean Air Act...
No, but you don't have, excuse me, you do not have the right to say climate change does not exist, that it's a hoax, and that's where this administration is coming from.
I understand you're upset that you don't know what Loper-Bright is. Do you know what the major policies doctrine is?
I'm upset because...
You know what the major policies doctrine is?
Let me just
You're a member of Congress. You should know.
Well, you have moved from someone who defended the environment to all of a sudden...
I'm very defensive about not knowing the two biggest landmark Supreme Court cases of the last year with regards to your question.
You are very defensive about changing your policy and your positions with regard to the environment.
Okay.
Now, you just tell
Do you want me to tell you what the two biggest Supreme Court cases are of the last few years?
This is what I want you
Michigan
to tell
versus
me.
EPA.
Whoa.
West Virginia versus EPA.
You know, you're here because you need money from us. So halt for the second.
Well, somebody likes power. She has feelings. She doesn't have facts. And if you ever wanted the greatest explainer, here, watch this. This is the difference between feelings and facts. There it is. By the way, everything regarding green is a hoax and a scam. Don't burn tires in the middle of the road. What the left has put forth? Absolutely. You know what? Almost everything is a hoax and a scam. Easy to say and easily provable, too. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
On the west side, exit ramp closed from southbound 465 to westbound 70 because of a rolled semi-trailer. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
You love spring in Indy, so don't spend it painting. Do what your neighbor Mike did. He called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received a postcard from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate here in Indiana.
The process with Rhino Shield and their crew, they were just very conscientious. We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Way better than paint, backed by a 25-year warranty. Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
The thing about Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
John Fetterman says that Democrats should drop the TDS and fund the ballroom. Hey, it's Casey. Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Jeff Thompson grew up on his family farm. Long days, hard work, and the kind of responsibility you don't learn from a book. He baled hay to put himself through Purdue and continued for years helping run the family's livestock and crop operation. When he wasn't in the field, Jeff was in the classroom, teaching chemistry, physics, and math, and raising 6 kids alongside his wife, Michelle. Faith, family, hard work, and lifelong learning. That's Jeff's foundation. In the State House, Jeff Thompson brings those same values to work every day. A conservative who believes in balanced budgets, protecting taxpayers, and empowering parents. This year, Jeff passed a bill to save homeowners over $1.3 billion in property taxes over the next 3 years. From the farm, to the classroom, to the State House, Jeff Thompson never forgets where he came from or who he's fighting for. Conservative. Proven. Vote Jeff Thompson for state representative.
Paid for by Citizens for Jeff Thompson.
Spring is fast approaching and a great time for a new Lincoln at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. 0% financing is back. That's right, 0% for 48 months on new Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. Plus 0% for 36 months on new Navigator. With these rates, it's absolutely the best time to buy. Be sure to check them all out at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Our family serving yours since 1972.
0% APR for 48 months on 2026 Lincoln Corsair Nautilus and Aviator. 0% APR for 36 months on 2025 Lincoln Navigator. Subject to credit approval. Offers end soon. See dealer for complete offer details.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel show. Biggest stories in Indy and the latest on the assassination attempt on Trump. 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
For 45 years, Dish has been connecting America with the best in family TV entertainment and advanced technology at an unbeatable value. And that commitment continues with our new 45th anniversary special offer. Get the lowest price in satellite TV starting as low as $89.99 a month. In a world of rising costs and hidden fees, Dish stays transparent, reliable, and honest, just like our founders intended. Learn more by calling 888-ADD-DISH or visit dish.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Suspected gunman in the attack at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
93 WIBC.
They left a Secret Service agent wounded.
What happens next?
He ran past a Secret Service checkpoint.
Happens here.
And was taken down unharmed.
There is still a stalemate between the U.S. and Iran after talks fell through again over the weekend. Trump says the blockade will continue until there's a deal.
4 young women and a girl were shot in Bloomington late Saturday. 2 men are believed to be responsible, and they're still on the run.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Good Tuesday morning coming up in a couple of minutes. Some people are waking up this morning without power after last night's storm. Some schools in central Indiana are on e-learning. Others are closed. I'll tell you where. And an Indianapolis gang member is going in front of a judge this morning after Fox News. From the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 8 o'clock.
Jimmy Kimmel under a lot of scrutiny from the right again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Months after he was suspended from his ABC late-night talk show over comments after Charlie Kirk's assassination.
ABC needs to determine, is this the type of person and violent rhetoric that it wants to affiliate with?
Senior advisor to the First Lady, Mark Beckman, on Fox. The morning after Melania Trump called Kimmel corrosive with hateful and violent rhetoric. Upset over a joke last week before the White House Correspondents' Dinner attack, saying she has the glow of an expectant widow. Kimmel responded last night.
It was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am. It was not, by any stretch of the definition, a call to assassination, and they know that. I've been very vocal for many years speaking out against gun violence.
The accused attacker Saturday night, Cole Allen, will appear in court again Thursday. He's charged with attempting to assassinate the president and 2 other counts, but U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro says,
make no mistake, this is just the beginning of this indictment, of these charges. The indictment will include a lot more charges.
The U.S. military stopped another oil tanker, enforcing that blockade on Iran's ports. Iran's demanding that be lifted and nuclear talks be delayed for it to allow open shipping again in the Strait of Hormuz. But Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reports from Dubai.
While hundreds of ships remain stuck at anchor in the Persian Gulf, the first liquefied natural gas carrier from right here in the UAE did transit the Strait of Hormuz recently. It's the first LNG carrier to transit the Strait of Hormuz since the beginning of the war 2 months ago.
Oil prices are rising this morning, and at the gas pump, another surge overnight. AAA's national average for regular at $4.17 a gallon is a new high since the conflict started. And as jet fuel prices surge,
budget airlines are asking the Trump administration for $2.5 billion in government assistance. The Association of Value Airlines, which includes Frontier and Avelo, are calling it, quote, a necessary and targeted measure.
That's Fox's Carly Shimkus. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why some people didn't sleep well last night. 60 degrees, clear radar, but a cloudy sky over downtown Indianapolis. We're going up to 66 today. Good Tuesday morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. A storm prompted a tornado warning late last night and caused damage at Greenwood Community High School. The superintendent says strong winds brought down at least 1 tree and pulled siding off the back of the school's auditorium. The storm also created small holes in the roof, leading to some water leaks. Forecasters are still working to determine whether a tornado actually touched down.
We have yet to confirm anything, but I think we're going to go take a look later today and see what happened out there. We're still getting reports. Things are still trickling in. As you said, it occurred late at night when everyone was sleeping, so people are waking up and finding damage, and they're sending us that information now.
Matt Eckhoff with the National Weather Service. Indianapolis says more severe weather could be on the way tonight, but after tonight, dry weather but cooler weather prevails through the weekend. Cocaine possession and resisting law enforcement are the charges against a man running for political office. John Herrick has those details.
Andrew Deslin is a Democrat candidate for Senate District 31. Fishers Police Sergeant Angela Ellison says they were told that Deslin was acting strangely in a Fishers neighborhood on Sunday and tried to drive away from police before eventually stopping. After that,
he was attempted to put in handcuffs several times, and he resisted those attempts and then finally was placed under arrest.
Ellison says they searched his car and they found a bag, and the substance in that bag tested positive for cocaine. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Also, while you were asleep, gas prices went up nearly 30 cents. The average Hoosier price across Indianapolis in the state is $3.99, says AAA. The nationwide average is $4.17. A teenage boy facing several charges connected to two shootings from last April, including one that killed a man. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
While donning a camo head cover, Richard Williams could be seen on surveillance video shooting 24-year-old Wilson Astrid on Indy's near east side and then firing shots at a gas station on the city's near north side a week later. Astrid died months after due to the injury sustained from being shot. According to court documents, Williams was a member of the Project Baby's Thug and Gang. His nickname, Hellhead. Now he's charged with murder, robbery, aggravated battery, and criminal recklessness. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The mini marathon returns to downtown Indianapolis this Saturday, bringing thousands of runners and spectators to the city. Runners can pick up their packets at the Mini Marathon Expo inside the Indiana Convention Center. The expo is open April 30th from 4 to 8, May 1st, 10 to 8. And cars will be back on the track at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway this morning as Indy 500 Open Test gets going. Gates open at 9, testing at 10, and if you're headed to the track, you can get in and park free as well. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. 8:05 traffic on the fives. What's shaking, Matt Bear?
Good morning, Ryan. On the west side, ramp closed southbound 465 to westbound as 70 closed because of a rolled semi-trailer. Rerouting traffic and hop off of Sam Jones. Go east and pick up westbound 70 from there. Hendricks County, westbound 70 stop and go traffic up to State Road 267 for a couple of miles. That's because of construction. South side, northbound 65 stop from Keystone Avenue 1 to the south split, a 9-minute delay. Flooding in the south split on the exit from eastbound 72 southbound 65. The ramp is open. It's just tricky at the moment. Carmel, southbound Keystone Parkway stopped from 126th Street to 106th. Inbound 69 stop and go 116th Street to 82nd, an 8-minute delay. And southbound 31 tight from 116th Street to 465. Crash on the northwest side 71st Street at Guyan Road. Traffic sponsored by Fox 1. Fox News is now streaming live on Fox 1. Get breaking news, in-depth analysis, and perspectives from the voices you trust all in one place. Stream Fox News on Fox 1. See Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions. Download today. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Tony, good morning. It should be a more calm, quiet day today. It is pretty gloomy to start. I'm hoping we'll get a little bit of sunshine squeezing through later on this afternoon. Today's high 67, which is pretty close to where we should be for the end of April. Cloudy skies this evening with some showers rolling in. We might have a few rumbles of thunder overnight. Nothing severe, but a few heavy downpours possible. A low of 53. We'll keep with those on and off rain and thunderstorm chances for, let's say, the early morning hours of Wednesday. Then we're mostly cloudy for the rest of the day, a high of 60. Thursday, partly cloudy, 62. Friday, mostly cloudy and a few sprinkles. Going to be cool as well. Friday's high, 59.
That right there, Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. 59 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:07. The shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner has been charged with trying to assassinate President Trump. Tony Katz 93 WIBC. Good morning. I'm assuming those charges will increase, as Judge Jean Pirro has stated, and it will build into not only an attempted assassination of the president, but of the vice president and of those members of the cabinet, just based on his own words in his manifesto. This, the interim attorney general, Todd Blanche.
We are investigating this matter fully. We will apply the law fairly, and we will ensure that accountability is swift and certain. But we also should recognize what did not happen. Law enforcement did not fail. They did exactly what they are trained to do. This was not an accident. It was the result, as we know now, of preparation. But the men and women who protected us that night were trained, professional, and had an enduring commitment to the rule of law.
Now, I stated this earlier, that there seems to be this big push into law enforcement did nothing wrong and Secret Service did nothing wrong. Okay, I don't think that's where people are. There are questions about security, though. It seems that Secret Service stopped the guy. The question is, how is the guy able to be there? And you can't stop everything, and you can't stop everyone, and you should stop thinking that you can. The only question we should be asking ourselves is, what is our capability, and how does one engage it to the very best of our ability? What are we capable of, and how are we ensure that we're able to do this properly? That's the question before us. What has been the effect of the shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security, where you have the Secret Service under DHS? It used to be Treasury. That was until 2003, and then it moved to DHS. And how is it possible that Republicans aren't talking about this? When I say to you that it seems to me that Republicans have no interest in winning, they prove it every single day. How are they not screaming about the funding of the Department of Homeland Security? Right now, every conversation, nonstop. What are they working on? So these are legitimate questions. That somehow there's an anger with Secret Service? No, I don't see that as the case. I don't think anybody else does either. We're going to follow what these charges are. For sure. And we are all fully aware that we don't think this is going to be the last of these assassination attempts, and that's the entirety of the problem. We're going to keep our eyes on what's going on with Iran. I'll give you the updates there. I will give you thoughts on how you deal with this whole Jimmy Kimmel debacle, which he doesn't care about and the left doesn't care about. They're thrilled. So are we all having the same conversation? It'd be nice if we did. And then Florida is moving to redistrict. Is this a backfire moment, or is this the maximum warfare that Hakeem Jeffries has been warning about? Just in the reverse. I will get into all of it. Tony Katz, that's me, by the way. How you doing? 93 WIBC, good morning.
AI tech billionaires are bringing their data centers to Indiana. Isn't that nice? Huge monstrosities on our farmland and in our neighborhoods. And Michelle Davis, she doesn't care what you think about it. She let them build their data centers with no community input, no chance to have a voice, no chance to say no. She voted to silence us. She sold us out. They get their data centers, we get stuck with the bill. And Michelle, now the DC swamp is spending millions to fund her campaign, smearing conservative Greg Walker. But he's fighting back, doing what's right, giving us a voice. He'll force data centers to pay their own way, end their taxpayer subsidies, and keep Indiana farmland and neighborhoods the way they should be. On May 5th, vote Republican Greg Walker for state senate.
Paid for by taxpayers for Greg Walker.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing.
This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Ah. Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, he's in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Yeah, Tony, looking at the west side ramp closed. Southbound 465 to westbound 70. And that's because of a rolled semi-trailer. And westbound 70 at Hendricks County jammed up after State Road 267 for several miles because of construction. On the south side, northbound 65 jams after Keystone Avenue into the south split. That is a 12-minute delay. Crash in the south split. Actually, it's flooding. Eastbound 72, southbound 65. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked. Westbound 70 stop and go traffic from Shadeland Avenue into the north split. That's a delay of 7 minutes. Inbound 69 stop and go 116th Street to 82nd, 7-minute delay. Southbound Keystone Parkway jammed 126th Street to 106, a delay of 8 minutes. And southbound 31 stop and go from 116th Street to 465. Crash on the northwest side 71st to Guyan Road. Traffic sponsored by Fox 1. Fox News is now streaming live on Fox 1. Get breaking news, in-depth analysis, and perspectives from the voices you trust all in one place. Stream Fox News on Fox 1. See Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions. Download today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaelis owner Richard Michaelis. Richard, what are signs that your home is telling you there's something wrong?
Hi, Pat. You're going to see cracks, musty smells, sticking doors, pooling water. That could mean there could be a foundation issue or a basement crawl space issue. If you see or smell something like this, call Michaelis for a free inspection.
Wow, I bet you're fun at parties. If you suspect there might be an issue, get peace of mind of knowing for sure. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. 844-FIX-INDY.
Hey, your basement called. It said, waterproof me. So, call Swainco. 317-407-1868. SwaincoLLC.com.
This hour powered by Miss M's Home and Garden, Johnson County's spring nursery headquarters.
President gets out of this war and Iran still has a nuclear program, I find it hard to believe that everybody wouldn't consider that a massive loss. So maybe that's why the Secretary of Defense and maybe that's why Secretary of State are saying the things that they're saying, even while others around them are saying, well, maybe we can get a deal that allow Iran to do this, that, or that. Just open up the strait first.
Yeah, look, I think I'd pay attention in particular to the Secretary of State's remarks, because I think he understands the stakes here, and he's the one person in the administration that is able to communicate the administration's broader goals, usually anyway, in a way that doesn't make it look like they're headed toward accepting a situation that is less than things were before the war.
Now, that's a very large compliment being made on MS Now of Marco Rubio, and Marco Rubio is certainly deserving of the compliments. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning, guys. Great to be here. Thanks for letting me have the gig. The acceptance of a deal is that Iran is saying, hey, you know what? We'll open the strait. Just let our oil go out of the ports, and we're not going to talk about nuclear, but we'll open the strait. It's not much of a deal. We don't have to give that deal. But let me let David Drucker here go on just a little bit longer.
I mean, just, Joe, and you know, we've been talking about this here. Think about how the discussion about Iran has transitioned from 2015 to 2026. Republicans were up in arms, and I think rightly so, about what turned out to be the JCPOA, the Iran deal that Obama negotiated with Iran, because it never dealt with Iran's proxy groups, their malign actions in the Middle East. It never permanently shut down their nuclear weapons capabilities and development. It simply delayed and put them out into the future when they could be, hopefully dealt with by somebody else at a later date.
This is actual honesty on a leftist news network. Of course, the JCPOA, we've talked about it here, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action regarding Iran's nuclear capabilities did not stop them from getting a nuclear weapon. Barack Obama was not telling the truth. Ben Rhodes was not telling the truth. Tommy Vitor is not telling the truth. None of the Obama bros told the truth on this. And they never treated it as a treaty because they knew that a treaty would require Senate approval, and they knew they wouldn't get it. So they claim it as a treaty. They say it has full force and effect like a treaty, but it was never ratified. It's not a treaty. Very important thing to note here. And so I'm a little amazed by what it is that I'm hearing on there on Morning Joe on MS Now.
And didn't deal with Iran's terrorism, right? They're the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism. We've now moved from that debate to, is it allowing them nuclear weapons capabilities in the future, or allowing them to control the Strait of Hormuz, something they've never controlled before?
Now, this is very impressive that it would be said, and when we see something like this, it's like when the Indy Star actually engages in reporting, we should say so. We should say, good on you. When they engage in their pseudo-intellectual opinionizing throughout their news product, and even in large places, not every place of their opinion pages, we should chuckle, and then we should say, hey, look, something for the cat. The problem with Iran was always the development of nuclear weapons and the terrorism that they spread around the globe. Exactly the point. This is wholly and completely accurate. Which is why taking them out and ending their capabilities was paramount. It was of importance and should have happened years ago. So when people like John Kerry, the former Secretary of State, say the Israelis told us about this and Barack Obama said, no, we're not going to war with Iran, that's not something to be proud of. Barack Obama was a coward and a fool. And he was wrong, as he was on so many instances regarding foreign policy. And Joe Biden was wrong. And maybe Trump should have made this maneuver in his first term. Maybe that should have happened. And maybe it should have happened even before, and before, and before, and before. As to Marco Rubio, he's doing an interview with Trey Yingst over there at Fox News.
If there is no deal, what comes next? Well, again, that's the president's decision to make. I would start out by reminding everybody that the level of sanctions on Iran are extraordinary. The pressure on Iran is extraordinary. And I think more can be brought to bear. But I hope that in the aftermath of this conflict, the whole world's eyes have been opened to the threat Iran poses.
You would hope that's the case, Mr. Secretary. But you've got the American left and you have the woke right, and they don't want to hear that, which is what makes what happened on MS Now so incredible. That I do not believe that we have to spend our time in constant commentary about, can you believe they said this? But we should note some of the madness and why it's wrong, and we should note what is correct and why it's correct. Secretary Rubio is saying, I certainly hope, I would certainly hope, without question, I would certainly hope that the world sees that these are terrible, awful people, this regime, and we are all better off with them degraded and then gone. And this is now an honest dissertation of, they were always a nuclear threat and they were always a terrorism threat. Yeah. Yeah, you should want to get rid of them. You should want to get rid of them immediately, if not sooner. He wasn't done, was Marco Rubio, as he talked about the changing of the regime.
Look, regime change is something that has to happen from within. But changing the regime, I know it looks like a wordplay, is something that pressure can bring about. In essence, one thing is to change the people in charge or their ideology, but another thing is to modify or modulate their behavior. At the end of the day, even though they are radicals, there are still people in the Iranian system that every single day, behind every decision they make, they weigh the costs and they weigh the benefits. And we have to make sure that the costs of all the nefarious things they are doing outweigh the benefits of what they are doing. This is the reason why the blockade is in place. The blockade is not a blockade against shipping. It's a blockade against Iranian shipping, because they cannot be the sole beneficiaries of an illegal, unlawful, and unjustified system of tolling and control in the Straits.
Right now, if the election was today, he would beat the snot out of J.D. Vance, and it's not even close. It's not even close. But the election's not today. The Iranian problem is oil. They have not been able to get their oil out. They're not making any money. And since they can't get the oil out, they don't have more ships to put the oil on, and they've had to put it into storage. They only have so much storage. There's only so much storage capacity. It is now full. They're now trying to utilize old tankers that have bad hulls, which means greater possibility for leaks. And I am saying, although I could be corrected on this, there is no reason to think that they won't threaten ecological disaster by just pouring oil into the Gulf. There's no reason to think that they won't do it. And then, of course, the American left will blame the Trump administration. They are going to lose their wells, their oil wells. They're going to lose their money. And if they lose their money, which they are now, the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, how do they remain? And the only way to think they remain is that they know that if they try to flee, these people, the actual Iranian people, the Persians, are going to chase them down and kill them. So they better have an exit strategy. Otherwise, they're going to stay and keep these people under thumb to the best of their ability to keep their lives. It's about to get really interesting. The pressure, as was discussed, is enormous on the Iranians. Matt Bear's got traffic on the fives. Matt, what's going on?
Still, the ramp is closed on the west side, going from southbound 465 to westbound 70, like you're exiting to the airport. And the ramp is closed because of a rolled semi-trailer, I am told. The trailer is still rolled and it has to be offloaded before they can upright it and tow it away. So it's going to be a minute. Again, this is west side, southbound 465, exiting to westbound 70. Ramp is closed. Flooding in the south split on the exit ramp from eastbound 72, southbound 65. The ramp is open. It's tricky. On the south side, northbound 65, slow Edgewood to 465. And again, after South Keystone into the south split, that's a 10-minute delay. Inbound 70, stop and go. Emerson Avenue to the north split. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic, 116 to 82nd, a 5-minute delay. And southbound Keystone Parkway jams at 126th Street down to 106th. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel and River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
John Fetterman says that Democrats should drop the TDS and fund the ballroom. Hey, it's Casey. Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Your chance to win tickets to the Sancio Grand Prix at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is right now. 317-239-9393. It is the start to a weeks-long celebration of speed, tradition, and the American dream with the Sancio Grand Prix. May 8th and 9th, the NTT IndyCar Series revving up with a month of action-packed race with a month of races. This is a race. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, you do not want to miss it. It has been growing in popularity, and this year is going to be even bigger. Get your tickets at IMS.com or call right now, 317-239-9393. Third caller number 3, wins 2 tickets to the Sancio Grand Prix. So get those tickets right now, 317-239-9393. The third caller, boom, you've got the tickets right there. Call right now.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here. Let me ask you something. Are your gutters frowning from this past winter? Because after all the ice and snow we've just survived in Indianapolis, I wouldn't blame them one bit. If the weight of all that ice and snow has pulled your gutters away from the house, bent, sagging, or just plain giving up on life, it's time to call Gutter Helmet. And we're not out of the woods yet. April showers are coming, and right behind those, the whirlybirds. Those little maple seed helicopters that pack your gutters like they're moving in for the summer. They're like squatters. Gutter Helmet keeps all of it out, giving you 4-season protection no matter what Mother Nature throws at us next. Right now, WIBC listeners get 17% off. Call 800-5HELMET or visit gutterhelmetindy.com to schedule a free estimate. Gutter Helmet, because your gutters have been through enough. That's 800-5HELMET, gutterhelmetindy.com, 17% off for WIBC listeners.
Beat the spring cleaning rush with Zero Res. Hi, this is Denny Smith, and if your house still smells like winter, yeah, it's time. Spring means fresh air, but not if your carpets and ducts are holding on to months of who knows what. This month, get Zero Resified from Indy's #1 carpet cleaner. Last chance. Buy 1 room of carpet, get 1 clean for free, unlimited rooms, plus $599 for a whole system air duct cleaning. Call Zero Res, 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com for the WIBC special.
Just one of the reasons I love PA Jewelers at the farmhouse in Brownsburg is because they took care of me and my family when it comes to birthday celebrations and anniversaries and things like that. I mean, they are local. They are extremely reasonably priced, and they have a massive, diverse selection with pieces from $20 to over $20,000. But their prices are low. If you want an engagement ring of your dreams while saving up to 70%, go to PA Jewelers at the farmhouse in Brownsburg. PAJewelers.jewelry, PAJewelers.jewelry.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
There's plenty of storm damage, so what's next? 60 degrees, clear radar over downtown Indianapolis. Light breeze going up to 66. Good Tuesday morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31.
Some of the areas that we're focused on are down in Morgan and Johnson County, and also in Rush County. There's a few spots. We're waiting to hear from Monroe and Bartholomew County, and some of these places have some suspected damage.
Forecaster Matt Eckhoff, National Weather Service, Indianapolis, talking about storm damage that happened as you were asleep. And if you were asleep, your phone might have woken you up as a tornado warning was issued for Johnson County right after 11. Greenwood Community High School suffered a little bit of damage, with the superintendent saying that siding was ripped off the back of the school's auditorium. The storm also left small holes in the roof, which caused some water leaks. Purdue Pharma, the maker of oxycodone, could be dissolved within days and replaced by a new company focused on public service if a broad opioid settlement clears its final legal step this week.
A federal judge in New Jersey is set to sentence the company, a key step needed to activate an $8 billion deal, resolving thousands of lawsuits tied to the opioid crisis. Purdue has already admitted to misconduct, including failing to prevent drug diversion and promoting opioid prescriptions, but no executives will face criminal charges. The agreement includes up to $7 billion from the Sackler family, with most funds going towards combating addiction nationwide. Still, some victims and families are pushing back, arguing the deal delivers money but not justice.
Fox's Ten Linder reporting. The man in Saturday's White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting is being charged with attempting to kill President Trump.
We have the entire, the line of succession right there in a very small kind of, area there. Johnson was there. Rubio was there. Of course, the president and Vance was there too, and Hegseth.
Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman speaking with Fox News. The man identified as California resident and teacher Cole Allen faces 3 charges, one for attempting to kill Trump and 2 federal firearms violations. Jimmy Kimmel defending a recent monologue in which he called First Lady Melania Trump an expectant widow.
First Lady Melania Trump called Jimmy Kimmel out on X yesterday. She wrote this: Kimmel's hateful and violent rhetoric is intended to divide our country. His monologue about my family isn't comedy. His words are corrosive and deepens the political sickness within America. People like Kimmel shouldn't have the opportunity to enter our homes each evening to spread hate. Kimmel finally responded last night on his show.
It was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am. It was not by any stretch of the definition a call to assassination.
The president has called the jokes shocking.
Fox's Aisha Hasni. British driver Catherine Legg said Monday that she can't wait to return to the Indianapolis 500.
I grew up where my parents had instilled in me that I could be anything that I wanted to be, as long as I worked hard enough and I believed in myself and I could follow my dreams.
That is Legg speaking with CBS Mornings sometime last year. And sports on WIBC at 8:34. Speaking of the Indianapolis 500, cars are back on the track this morning for Indy 500 Open Test as the week gets going. Gates open at 9, testing at 10. Fans can get in for free and park free as well. Teams are using the day to work on balance, fine-tune setups, and give drivers a little time on the track. The Indiana Fever play another preseason game Thursday against the Dallas Wings, the same team they'll open the season against on May 9th. Head coach Stephanie White says first-round pick Raven Johnson is continuing to play well. She also said she had a good Monday practice.
I loved how she kicked the ball ahead. I mean, her ability to play in transition and look for our kick-aheads was huge, and that's what we want. We want to be able to pass the ball ahead, and we want to be able to play out of that. So I thought she looked really good. She looked very comfortable.
And the preseason game Thursday tips off at 7, and the Cincinnati Reds get back to work tonight to open a series against the Colorado Rockies after taking 2 of 3 from the Detroit Tigers last weekend. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching for us this morning, Matt Bear?
Right now it's the west side and ramp closed. Southbound 465 to westbound 70. That's because of a rolled semi-trailer. And the trailer, I'm told, is still overturned because they have to offload it first. So it's going to be closed, an extended closure here. Again, it runs from southbound to westbound on the west side. South side, northbound 65, stop and go after Keystone into the south split. That's a 9-minute delay. Eastbound 70, stop and go West Street into the south split. East side, westbound 70, slow Emerson Avenue into the north split, a 7-minute delay. Keystone Parkway in Carmel, southbound lanes stopped after 126 to 106. Those northbound lanes are stop and go from 465 up to 106th Street. On the east side, northbound 465 slow from 70 past Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 59 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:37.
I work here.
I work here. I work here.
I work here.
I work here.
I work here.
We all work here at Radio 1 Indianapolis, one of the most diverse media groups in the world. We bring very different backgrounds and ideas together to create the best information and entertainment around. And right now, we're looking for someone to join the family. We have a sales assistant position available. If you've got great organizational skills and an interest in media and entertainment, we want to talk to you. Apply now at radio1.com/careers. Bilingual preferred. Radio 1 is an equal opportunity employer.
This is a message from the Office of the Indiana Attorney General.
With Indiana under a declared energy emergency, are you wondering if you're actually seeing lower prices at the pump and saving that 17 cents a gallon yet? Here's an update. The good news is generally, yes, many Hoosiers are already receiving or starting to see the intended relief. So far, the savings is 20 cents since April 7th. But here's why you may not be seeing lower prices in your area just yet. You see, gas stations receive their fuel in bulk in advance and pay the state sales tax all at once to the distributor at the time they get the load. Many stations are still selling fuel they purchased before the suspension date. Until that existing inventory is sold, the price at some pumps may stay higher. Once stations receive new shipments purchased without the tax, the savings should show up to you at the pump. Otherwise, it could be a case of gouging. The Office of Attorney General is staying on top of this, though, and we will continue providing updates as needed. Thank you.
To file a complaint, go to indianaconsumer.com.
Meet Drexel Interior's new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. Dow futures are up 56, NASDAQ futures are down 391. That is all AI, as OpenAI missed their revenue targets. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Oil prices are up $99.96 a barrel. $99.96 a barrel on the West Texas crude. 111 on the Brent crude. The 10-year Treasury up to 4.376. Gold is down, though. $4,579 an ounce on the gold bid price. That is an ounce, and $73.11 on the silver. Bitcoin at 76,257. But maybe the story of stories is that the UAE is leaving OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. What do you know about that? You mean Iran, an OPEC country, drops missiles on the UAE, who did nothing to them, and now the UAE says, you know what? We don't need this anymore. Bye, Felicia. Effective May 1st. Quote, this decision follows a comprehensive review of the UAE's production policy and its current and future capacity, and is based on our national interest and our commitment to contributing effectively to meet the market's pressing needs. I take that right there and now put this story behind it. According to the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, the U.S. is being humiliated by Iran. Is that right? So humiliated that the UAE wants to get closer to us? Someone's wrong. Who's wrong? The German chancellor who wants to talk tough into a microphone in front of a camera? Or the Emiratis, who want to be able to keep profiting from the oil that has already made them so unbelievably filthy, stinking rich? Who would you look at and say, they're the people who are telling the truth? Honestly, sometimes the stuff just writes itself, guys. It's just right there for you to see. But we're going to dig into this on the UAE. Is this what's causing the oil prices to jump? Which I would say that it is, because that's instability. Going to reach out to a couple people and see where we can get some good information. I'll have that for you on Tony Katz today at noon. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. If you've got garage door problems, you don't actually have a problem, because you have Garage Doors of Indianapolis. You call them today, for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors. That's 24 hours a day. That's 7 days a week. You're not waiting. You're getting your problem solved. Call 875-4577. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, serving the Indianapolis community for over 50 years while supporting our conservative values. Garage Doors of Indianapolis. Call today for service today. I've done it. You should do that right now if you've got a garage door issue. 875-4577. 875-4577 and online. DoorsToday.com. That's DoorsToday.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
The government of Iran is seriously fractured, and the United States, you've got the leverage.
Donald Trump could have said, gonna hit the red button here. It could either be for a bunch of missiles or a Diet Coke.
When you have the leverage, when you've got the hammer, you use the damn hammer.
It's coming from a guy named Hammer.
Hammer and Nigel. Weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Hey, I don't know about you, but I love my outdoor space in the backyard. We have a big deck, and it's kind of a pain in the rear to seal it and coat it every couple of years. That's where Premier Deck Coating comes in, all right? I'm thinking, what can I do to make my deck look better and feel more comfortable? It's Premier Deck Coating. It's a no-brainer. If you want your deck looking its absolute best and protected, this is the way to go. Premier Deck Coating helps repel moisture, add scratch resistance, and just makes everything look awesome. Here's the best part. Comes in virtually any color you can imagine, so you can really customize your space exactly how you want it. Plus, they back it up with a 10-year warranty. Yeah, 10 years. That's what I'm talking about. It means no more staining or painting every couple of years, and you just think about the money you'll save there. Make this the year you upgrade your outdoor space. Get a free quote. Call 317-696-4071, 317-696-4071, or check them out online, PremierDeckCoating.com.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, he is in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening?
Yeah, Tony, west side ramp still closed from southbound 465 to westbound 70, like you're going to the airport. And this ramp is shut down because of an overturned semi. I've been told that the semi-trailer is now upright, so that's progress. Southside northbound 65 stopped after Keystone into the south split. And then inbound 65 slows White River to 21st. Westbound 70 stop and go before Emerson Avenue into the north split. That's a 5-minute delay. Crash on the northeast side, eastbound 465 exiting to Allisonville Road. Southbound Keystone Parkway moving again, still a little bit slow around Carmel Drive. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
United in Indy, we kick off the month of May. Tradition meets high-speed action at the Sancio Grand Prix May 8th to 9th. Want to be there when the NTT IndyCar Series revs up the IMS road course? Listen to Hammer and Nigel all week for your chance to win a pair of tickets.
Time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Tony Katz. 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Here's how we play our game. Producer Carl has selected a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I'm allowed to get help from the chat room, live streaming as we are on the YouTubes and on the Twitter X there. Just go to youtube.com, go to WIBC, subscribe, and boom, you're a part of the show. And the show is amazing. Or I'm allowed to phone a friend. Now, when I phone a friend, for some reason, my phone only goes to Matt Bear. And his guesswork on television theme songs not always the best, but we'll try it. We'll try it like Lucy and the Football and Charlie Brown, and we'll see if it works. Let's phone a friend. And Matt Bear, what is this television theme song?
That's American Ninja Warrior, Tony.
Well done. Well done. Excellent work. Excellent work. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Perry Mason. Right? Well done. Well done indeed. Got to appreciate that. A classic is Perry Mason. Featuring a young Raymond Burr. No, we didn't feature a young Raymond Burr. I mean, I never watched. Certainly is well before my time, but I never watched. I never watched. I never watched reruns of it. Just never, ever came into my life.
Clearly, you've never watched Alf because you never get that song right.
Yeah, I've never watched Alf either. I'm a grown man. I don't watch, some puppet. If it's not on the Muppet Show, it's not worth watching. Just that easy. I'm a guy with standards. Excuse me. La-di-da. I hope everybody is okay and recovered from the storms last night, which were indeed pretty nutty. The further south you went, the more issues you had. You have schools in Greenwood that got damaged. We have the story at WIBC.com. Greenwood High School, they're closed for the day because of roof damage. You've got Westwood Elementary. That's an e-learning day because of a power outage. And sadly, they both have to do some kind of e-learning nonsense ridiculousness. You know what? School broke. Day off. It should be just that easy. Same thing is true in winter. No e-learning day. No have to pull out the laptop. It snowed. You can't go to school. Go sledding. Drink hot chocolate. Let us do the job that we know how to do. It's a day off. Let's have the day off. Parents already have to stay home because the kids have the day off. That affects them. There's a whole push. I actually saw this. I'm a fellow of the Mitch Daniels Leadership Foundation, and someone was presenting that how things to do to make the state better, things to do to make society better. And one of these things is if you take a look at how we do these e-learning days and these synchronous learning nonsense fakakta stuff, there's a real cost. There's a cost to kids not being in school. There's a cost to doing these things, and it comes to millions and millions of dollars. Let's put an end to it. Let's stop doing these kinds of days. But the argument was, let's have the kids in school, right? So you can shorten up the amount of time that they're in school, right? We allow 180 days. We only need 173, and then we've got these days that we build in for this, that, and the other, and then let's eliminate some of that. And have a little more focus. So my counter to that is that if the issue is how many days the kids are in school, we need them in for more days. Well, then you're making the argument for having them in for like 212 days. Like, you pick a number. I think you can make the argument for having better education and having them only in school for 143 days. But there's the argument I think we should make is that we should all accept the fact that this e-learning nonsense is nonsense. Let's stop pretending it's the same. Let's stop. Why do we have to go through the dog and pony show? Well, it's an e-learning day, and this is really going to be helpful for the kids. They're not paying any attention. Now mom or dad is staying home from work. They have to act like the teacher. Ask them what it was like during COVID. They will tell you it sucked. They don't want it. If the snow is too much and we can't go to school, let's just not. Stop torturing the kids, stop torturing the parent, and let's stop pretending like we're doing something good. Just take the dang day off and go have a snowball fight. If your 11-year-old has the day off because of a snow day, and you as a parent get to have a snowball fight with your kid, you have done more for that kid than any math homework they could have done. So stop doing the dang math homework. Give up the ghost schools. It doesn't work. You're wrong. Your administration is wrong. Your unions are wrong. Your experts are wrong. Stop it. Just take the day off. I'm a Gen Xer. We took the day off. We're smarter than the Gen Zers. End of list. We're smarter than the millennials. We just are. Most of them, very whiny. Not all of them. The one thing millennials have done right, they really do seem to understand, at least based on data, they seem to understand investing. Like there was a real question about how they were going to survive and thrive and how weak, but their own personal investing, they seem to do very, very well at. I assume it's because as they came into being, the idea of online trading and getting information was just ubiquitous. It was everywhere. There was no mystery to it. You didn't need people. You could do it on your own. And I think they really took advantage of that. I'm curious if Gen Z is going to be the same way. I only hope you're teaching your kids the importance of compounding. Start investing now. You're 7? Start investing now. Good Lord. Just take a day off already. Meanwhile, Greenwood High School, I'm saying to you right now, no synchronous learning day. Just go have fun. Go see a movie. You got the day off. Go see a movie. Go, enjoy yourselves. Don't be stupid. Have fun. I'll catch you guys at noon. Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, look.